and then another 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 and then another
We know our enemy. We've seen behind the curtain. And they have a weakness. An Achilles heel.
They are arrogant and completely underestimate what they are up against. They forget who the game master is. They forget how wise this old demon can be. So, let's see who among them survives this killing field.
Love the flow. 69. Now it's time for new, believable people, and we must do it. If we don't control insiders, this will be over and over. To lead by an any big fat love, find common ground to halt the spread of lies, and we must do it big fat love, find common ground to halt the spread of lies, and any America first, America first, non-fatal. We want to build a much better, believable people, and we must do it non Insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop. Insiders fighting for insiders. More of insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop. Insiders fighting for insiders. America first. Love the flow. 69. Now it's time for new, believable people, and we must do it. If we don't control insiders, this will be over and over. To lead by an any big fat love, find common ground to hold the spread of lies, and we must do it big fat love, find common ground to hold the spread of lies, and any America first, America first, non-fatal. We want to build a much better, believable people, and we must do it non-fatal. Communication very much higher. America first. To lead by an any. Insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop. Insiders fighting for insiders. More of insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop. Insiders fighting for insiders. America first. Love the flow.
Welcome to another episode of NerdCap.
Oh, shit.
We don't know what number this is. We've stopped counting. It's ridiculous. But tonight we're going to talk about LaTe books. Clown school.
LaTe books.
LaTe books. We're going to talk
Who
about...
needs numbers?
Who needs numbers, right? NerdCap, who knows? We don't care. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing pretty good.
Hey.
Just grinding away.
Yep. That's what she said. Wait a second. Got a bumper for that.
Anything?
There you go.
There we go.
All right. You are not high. You are not hallucinating. That is a
Don't think
dinosaur
so.
on the screen. We've got Buddy
Good boy.
Lord, the Velociraptor tonight.
Yes, I am
Welcome.
here.
Welcome. It's good to have you, man. How you doing?
I'm all right. I've, it's my like winding down time, so I'm kind of.
Right?
Well, that's what this time is for. It's like a nightcap. That's why we call it NerdCap. But, Buddy's here, so Piper, I'm going to have to be pretty quick on this one tonight.
I'm not a smart man.
Buddy gets
Oh,
all
so you preemptively.
Preemptively, I'm ready to hit it, because it's going to be like, huh? What? I don't understand. I'm confused.
I'm sorry again that I'm not on camera. It's not intentional, I swear.
Sorry, yeah, right. It's not intentional.
I was just on
Yeah,
camera
man.
yesterday.
Pajamas.
We're gonna get the pretty Piper. What's up with that?
I was rocking them
horrible.
yesterday. Today, my lady parts woke up and chose violence. So,
Whoa.
yep.
That's going around.
Whoa.
It happens.
Violence. That sounds like.
I am the one who knocks.
Sounds like a weird anime. You wake up and your own body parts start fighting you.
Yeah,
That's a weird autoimmune
Well,
disorder.
what's dumb, right? Is I so some of us chicks, we got these little tracker thing, right? So we kind of like can predict a little bit
I'm aware
ahead of
of those,
time,
yeah.
so we're ready, and there's no like sheet stains, right?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
So it came 2 weeks early, so I was not
Whoa.
expecting the violence this morning. Yeah.
So Irma was like,
Trash man. I come out, I throw trash all over the ring.
Yeah, kind of wrecked my day.
Irma
little
just
bit.
coming
That's
out
a
throwing
classic.
trash. all over
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, on I guess the bright side of the whole cancer thing is the fact that soon I can get rid of that and I won't have to worry about this.
The
no more.
bright side of cancer.
The bright side of cancer.
That's not
is,
something you hear every day.
right.
No.
Is
No, it's
the doctor's going, hey, you want to just like yeet your junk? Sure.
You want to eat?
I would love to do that.
Was that exactly how he put it?
Oh yeah, that's exactly. Want to eat your junk? Sure. Yeah, I'll sign me up.
I went and saw a doctor, and he had some. He was different. He used some unusual phrases that aren't normally used in a doctor's office. I like him very much.
I would like a doctor like that. I think one of the hardest things for me is talking to a doctor and trying to tell them like important stuff that's wrong with me, but I don't want to say it because like it sounds gross.
Yeah.
Like the times that I've gone in there, I finally like, and then he goes and retires, right? So I finally get used to talking to this one doctor, to the point where I was just like, instead of sitting here stumbling, going, BM, like, or something, like, and I'm sitting there stumbling, like, finally I would just like be open enough to go, something's wrong with my poop, doc, like.
Their crapper's not working right, guys. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Yeah. So, like, I finally get open
pipe's
enough to
getting
just
all
be like, you know
clogged
what? If I make it funny, I don't get hung up on terms. If I say it like I'm just trying to be funny, but to my doctor. And then he goes and retires. So I'm like, oh, cool. I get to start over with a new person where I'm sitting there going, what is the technical term that you would use for poop? So that I can, say it proper. Like,
Yeah. So
or any other, disgusting bodily function that might go wrong.
I was talking to this heart doctor.
Yeah.
This guy that I was talking about, he deals with the heart and kind of vascular issues.
Oof.
And he was like, well, he gave this little tidbit that I'm going to be using now for the rest of my life. He goes, well, the penis is like the dipstick for the heart.
Nice.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Sound advice.
Yeah. All right.
He's like, if everything's working fine down there, everything's probably working fine right here. And
I mean, that's true. If your
holy
circulation
cow.
is getting it, I would think it would be the feet. Like, if your circulation's getting it all the way to your feet and back, you're good.
Yeah,
But
I was like, wow.
I wonder what chicks can use then for that. Like, do we
I don't
not
know.
have
They'll,
anything
like,
like?
How's your heart?
As the
Things
mechanic,
are
the idea of
A-okay.
a dipstick that you dip into something.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of confused on.
Right.
I'm like,
what are you dipping
what?
it in?
That's what I was thinking too. I was like,
I'm like, I
oh.
do not. This is not. I understand. No, failed analogy. Doctor, find another one.
Start over. Try again. Oh, we've got our friend Wolfsbane comic, Aaron.
I like this
Jones here
panel
tonight.
already. I can come in and say poop and nobody
Hey.
bats an eye. We're good.
What's up, Aaron?
Oh, I'm used to it. Oh, no. This is Travis.
Oh, this is
Can
Travis.
you hear me? Oh, okay, yeah. I can be heard. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Travis.
You're Travis?
Yeah.
Okay, Travis.
Nah, I don't even know.
Whatever.
Yeah, this is Aaron. How's it going, guys?
I mean, you look like you got a haircut, but I was like, what?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, you got like a twin brother or something? I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, but he died a couple days ago.
Oh,
That's the doppelganger.
he died
So
with
he your twin brother came to town, he found you were successful, and he killed you.
he died with Twitter.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they say
I'm
Twitter's
still not over that, man.
You're not over it yet.
It's ended. It's over. It's gone on Monday or something. I don't know.
God.
It's been dead for a few days now, apparently.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Seems
Yeah.
well alive to me. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Rob
hear.
Liefeld came out and he said something to the effect of, he's like, I don't see anything different than it's been ever since I've been here. And so I quote tweeted him and said, take a child out of their sandpit, and you will notice that that's the same reaction people are having.
yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Piper, how's your week going?
Pretty good. Pretty productive. Very tiring because it's pretty productive, but I'm pretty happy with the end result of the productiveness, though.
Good. Travis, I forgot to ask you how your week was going. I was a little thrown by your doppelganger.
How messed up.
He's not paying attention now. He forgot that he told me his name was Travis, didn't he? What?
He
Dang.
forgot he was in the channel. That boy's baked. What are you talking about? He's like, what? Holy crap, I'm still in there.
He's just back to going, oh, is that fucking lizard talking? Holy shit.
Kids, just say no to drugs. Oh my gosh.
He
He's
looks
like-
in the mirror every morning. He's like, holy crap, I'm
amazing.
black. When did that happen?
Oh, fucking damn.
I remember the first time I met Aaron when he was on the screen. Like, I'd known him for a long time. And then he, like, finally pops up. And I was like, what? You're black?
No, it's common. It's a common reaction.
Yeah. Well, you know, I
Yeah,
was taught,
surprisingly, my family says I don't act black.
well, you know, here's the
How
deal.
does
You've
one
always been
act black? What does that mean?
Oh, I don't even know. I kind of
No,
feel
no, no.
You don't. I don't even.
Let's
I
not go there.
don't want to make the slurs or anything.
Yeah, I
You,
kinda
you
feel
don't
like-
fit the
you're good.
stereotypes. How dare you?
What is act black
What
mean?
is your favorite beverage
Jeez.
at McDonald's, sir?
Oh, it's purple drink.
Okay. All right.
Your favorite flavor of Kool-Aid?
Oh yeah, that too.
My favorite flavor is Tang.
Extra
but-
salt.
See, I never got any of those like weird stereotypes because I was like, Tang's delicious. I love Kool-Aid. Yes,
Oh, I see.
watermelon's the best.
Yeah.
I was about to say
Who doesn't
I'm
love fried
like,
chicken?
from
I'm like,
down
come on, what are you
south, and I
talking
was
about?
like, how is that only like a one
Yeah.
kind of person thing? I love that shit too. That shit's my favorite.
were-
My favorite fucking flavor is purple. I used to say
My
that all the
favorite color.
time. Like if they asked favorite flavor anything, I would say
Purple.
purple. They'd be like grape, and I'm like, sure.
Yeah, is that what that
But
flavor is?
sometimes
It's
purple isn't grape, and I like it
But
anyway.
it's always, yeah, always purple.
Yeah. It's purple.
Could be,
No,
could be
not
Brussels
always
sprouts,
purple.
and she likes it.
I remember when I first started like really weightlifting. I was traveling and I was in Colorado, and I'm like, oh yeah, you know, let me get a muscle drink, right? And I usually would get like vanilla or chocolate. They didn't have that. They had these fruity flavors.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Is grape, strawberry, and like I don't know, pineapple or something. So I tried the
Oh.
grape. That was the most horrid experience I have ever had with a supplement.
You know how devastated I was when I found out that I had outgrown grape Dimetap?
Oh, poor
I mean,
That
I
shit.
still
That.
take it. It just doesn't work very well.
Yeah, like you keep taking it, it just doesn't do anything. Yeah, dude. For some reason, like my idea of liquid medicine was grape Dimetap when I was a kid, and then all of a sudden, like I got upgraded.
Whiskey, you know.
I got upgraded to like
Yeah,
some
whiskey.
kind of like cherry bullshit or whatever
No,
that
no,
doesn't
no,
taste
no,
like
no.
cherry.
They
And I'm
gave
like,
me
oh,
a
okay.
hot toddy.
I'm sitting there like
If
thinking,
you've never
oh
had
well,
a hot toddy, you don't know what's good.
the
It's
grape
whiskey,
medicine
honey,
tastes like grape
And lemon juice.
candy, so the cherry medicine should taste like
It should. Oh, Piper, we lost.
no.
you. What happened? We just got a no.
What?
He's like, no, you ain't lost me. I'm still here.
Nope.
What?
What?
Oh,
You know, Piper
Anyway.
Tourette's, you know.
my
So
my
here's
my internet hiccuped. I was telling you a story, and I think y'all just heard the last
Yeah.
part. The no.
So anyway, Aaron, here's the deal.
No.
Here's why I was surprised by the level of melanin that you have. Because when I first started hanging out with all these CG guys, they told me that they were just a bunch of white bigots, right?
Yeah.
And I figure I'm not a bigot, but I'm white, so they're probably not going to hate me. And then when I met you, I was like, wait a second, does he know? You know,
Oh yeah, I knew. I just pretended to ignore it.
like no, nobody tell Aaron he's black. He might get upset.
It's like that Dave Chappelle skit where he's blind. He's
Bingo.
part of the
Yes.
KKK.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Fighting Bixby,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh shit.
So my introduction to the CG world
I missed that shit.
was through black creators, Hispanic creators, and female creators. I knew like one or two like white guys. The rest were a diverse
Everything
group
that
of
we're
people.
supposed to hate.
Yeah, and it's like-
not be. Yeah.
I'm like, do you,
we
do
supposedly
you
hate.
guys realize that you're the bad guys? Like you're supposed to. Do you hate yourself? Do you realize? Yeah. It took me about all of 5 seconds to realize, that's not. That narrative's not quite.
This is the most diverse group of white supremacists I have ever seen.
Yeah.
these different races and genders and sexualities coming together under white supremacy? How is it possible? Who has organized such a group? I don't understand. Yeah, so yeah, it was pretty funny. But Edwin, welcome to NerdCap. You're new here. I'm glad
Thanks for having me.
I'm glad we could tippy toe right up next to the line.
I feel like we have two modes on this show. It's either everybody's tired and we're like trying to make it through the topics, but we're tired, or it's this.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad it's this.
Yeah.
It's a hell of an introduction.
Yeah. Edwin, man, I've never met you before, and this is kind of I mean, don't get nervous, but this is kind of a vetting ground for new people.
Ooh.
So I mean, we're gonna dig deep. We're gonna get your shoe size. No, I'm joking. We're gonna play on
the deeper, the better.
Be careful. We got the Velociraptor today.
Edwin, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, what can I say?
Open and close his mouth. I'm sorry. What the
That seems like it can go pretty deep. Just saying.
Oh no!
It is the fucking cutest fucking avatar ever, and I don't know why it's cute to me, but it's just fucking adorable. I love it.
Well, did you see that draw?
Emotional damage.
What was that noise?
Oh,
computer
what?
did a thing.
Oh, that's my computer.
Oh shit! I thought my computer did a thing.
That's Aaron's computer.
Yeah, it doesn't know when to shut up.
Aaron, can you answer me one question though, honestly?
Oh yeah.
How baked are you right now?
Not at all. I did not smoke today.
Oh, maybe that's what's wrong.
Yeah, I'm anxious as shit.
He's like, what's going on, man? All right, Edwin. What do you do?
People up in my room.
What's up, man?
I do a lot of things, man. I'm a gamer, a dad, a musician, writer, creator. I just love media of all kinds.
What you play, dude?
Hell yeah.
I play flute, I play the cello, I play drums, a little bit of guitar, a little bit of turntables. Kind of hit everything except brass and piano.
What's your
That's
favorite kind of
two things.
music?
Nice.
Favorite would be alternative rock and progressive rock. I love all the experimental stuff and just 10-minute crazy epic guitar solos and stuff like that. Yeah, Mars Volta. I don't know if you guys know them. They're my favorite.
Oh yeah, I know those guys. So
Yeah,
you should try to hop on to like Anthony's
oh yeah,
open mic things, because it's just an online jam session. So
Yeah, he did that
like
last
you can
night.
just grab an instrument and be like, all right, I feel like doing this, like for real.
Check this
That
out.
sounds cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
check it out. Yeah, that sounds really cool.
So,
But yeah, just love all kinds of media. Yeah, I'm a dad. My daughter's 6 months, first time. So yeah, I'm a happy daddy.
That's awesome, man.
Congratulations, man.
First Christmas with the kid.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, man,
first everything.
I
We just did our first Halloween. We dressed up as the Addams Family. She was like a little baby Wednesday. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, yeah, I remember. My daughter's 20 now, so it's
Oh
been
yeah.
It's been a
She's
minute,
a
so-
grown lady.
Yeah. Yeah, she for her 20th birthday, she bought herself a Pomeranian. She said, I managed to escape my teens without a pregnancy, so I beat teen pregnancy. I'm buying a dog.
All right, there you go.
And
Yeah.
I said, yeah, way to go, do it. And so she goes, so she's out. I'm making you a grandpa, to a little fur baby. Yep. So she's my.
We all got to start somewhere.
My dad used to tell this story about when we were driving from California to Florida when I was a kid. And he said, like, he's, had no sleep. He's driven like 18 hours straight, right? Huge semi, friggin' moving van or moving truck. And my sister looks over at him at all of like 14 and says, I'm going to lose my virginity next year.
What?
Wait, what? Okay.
Straight up.
My dad was
damn.
like, okay. But I was like, okay, go, excuse me,
That's
Over
one way
my
to start
dead
off.
body. That's what I would have said.
Bang.
Oh,
crap.
my dad was that guy because he's, ex-Marine or former
Oh.
Marine. He never ex-Marine. So he's like former Marine. So,
Like, I don't
first
even
guy
know
that
where-
came in, he was the dude cleaning the knife, So
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know
You
where
know?
to get a chastity belt, but I'd find one. I'd make it if I had to. I mean, I'd figure it out.
Find a black.
Let's say hello to
Get
the
some
chat.
chain link fence, a padlock.
Right, yeah, we'll figure it out.
This is gonna chafe. I don't care.
Yeah, Edwin's on the same wavelength as I am. Edwin, we're gonna get to know you a little bit better as we go along, but let's go to the chat, see what we got hanging out with us tonight. And chat, be sure to say that you're here. Let us know what's going on. If you have any questions, feel free to join the conversation any way you'd like. We got Mo Biggs in the house tonight. Welcome, Mo Biggs. It's great to have you here.
Mo.
We got Ray Haylock, Tug's web guy. Welcome, Ray. Great to have you here tonight. We got Rob, just plain Rob. Rob is in the house. Rob thinks that trailer was pretty awesome, and I agree. It's pretty awesome. It was Pedro Ang. Pedro Ang did the animation. I did the music. And Death Metal Hero, Luke Aguilera. I can't ever say his last name. Dark Luke. He's Dark Luke. I'm Light Luke. Dark Luke did the voiceover.
Except when you're being Luke the Destroyer, and then you're Dark.
Yeah,
Luke.
when Luke the Destroyer, that's a whole different story. It's like a whole other persona. But all right, we got James Hayes with us here tonight. Off the top of my head, I can't think of 6 campaigns where the book is very late or failed due to money, creative, and personal differences between the writer and the artist they hired. All right, there you go. Very good.
It does happen. Like that is the downside of crowdfunding.
Yeah.
Is that can happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you've got to figure it out and make it happen anyway. Welcome, Belmont. Belmont's in the house. Nice to have you here today. Just joined the chat thinking I heard was the D is the dipstick of the heart. Yep. Mm-hmm.
You came at the perfect time.
Perfect timing.
It means
or
you
as
missed
we
all
like
the
to
poop
say,
stuff.
it's the Belmont. The Belmont is the dipstick of the heart. I'm joking. I'm joking, man.
They are masters of the whip.
It's happening. I love Belmont.
Dang. See, now you're not gonna be in Smoke the Fox.
Just so you
24 Eyes
know,
is
he
here.
just
Welcome.
called you a dipstick. I didn't
dipstick.
though. Yeah.
24 Eyes is here. Welcome, 24 Eyes. Nice to have you here. Wise Guys Entertainment in the house. It's great to have you here this evening. Belmont says Aaron's white at heart. I guess. I don't know. We'll have to cut him open and find out, I guess.
I think I would be red.
Think it'd be red? You think it's red? Yeah, I'm gonna guess.
Maybe a little bit.
James Hayes says I can think of one CG campaign by former Marvel writer James Hudnall where they died. Ooh, what?
What?
That sucks. One where the creator, Slick Jimmy, went to
God.
jail for a long time. Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was messed up.
Yeah.
One divorce lawyer claims on funds. Cecil.
Yeah.
Yes. I remember that. Yeah.
I can relate to that. I had my colorist pass away while we were doing the second issue of my series. And yeah, it really sucked. But it was kind of at least the positive side, it was a passing of the torch moment because then his understudy who worked under him, he's now the colorist. So that was kind of cool.
Oh.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Yeah, and I feel like those, at least that list right there, those are pretty legit, like, understandable.
Those are legit reasons to be late.
All those funds away from that, but you know.
Honestly, the Slick Jimmy one, I
the
wouldn't
gym,
want my
the
book.
supplements,
I didn't back him, but I wouldn't have wanted it.
you know.
Yeah, after that, I'm like, you know what? Keep it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Pedophilia is a bad look.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, like I didn't back their book. I wasn't interested, but
Yeah. He also says I can think of 4 campaigns where the creator decided they weren't getting enough money from the project, so they took the money and disappeared. I've seen a couple of those. In general, I've seen some of those. But
what the hell?
Late books. Okay, let's talk about
They
late books
set
for a
their
moment.
funding goal. How do they not get enough money?
Well, they set it too low. They realized that they didn't think about shipping cost. Maybe they charged $5 for shipping when they should have been charging $10. I don't know. Just spitballing here.
Even if that's the case, though, you should be the one to eat the cost. And even if you ship book late, you still gotta at least do what you promised. Obviously, Kickstarter, there's that whole you're not guaranteed, but still, you should do your due diligence. Even if it's late, send them that book.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I do try to remind people a lot that backing is not the same as purchasing, and so to let them know as a reminder that, you know, no matter what, there's technically a risk because if they don't deliver, you can't do much about it because what you can do is never trust them again and never back them again if they try it again. And that's what I say the creators have going for them is if you want to continue to crowdfund, then you better be fulfilling the ones that you're doing.
It only takes one for people to lose faith in you.
Yeah,
it does. So these, notwithstanding these really good excuses for, late books, let's think about a couple reasons why books have been late, I think.
Oh, yeah, I'm just saying why, not delivering at all. Like, you're screwed. If they're late, well, if they're not disappearing, if they're not ghosting, give them a chance.
Ray, have a good night, man, and try to get better. He's got that beer bug. So he's trying to recover from that thing.
Oh,
yeah. I agree with Piper. Communication is key. As long as you communicate on why things are late, then you should be fine.
And I think that's a lot of people bring up EVS because he's 2 years late on a book. But so there's a couple of things that are in there, and I've heard arguments on both sides with this, But he does keep everyone up to date on what's going on with the campaign. He's doing live draws and stuff like that. So
he shows you him working on stuff.
Yeah. So there's two things that I think can keep people from being able to deliver what they've promised in the amount of time that they've promised to deliver it. Number one is they're just putting so much effort into the book that it's taking longer to produce than what they had expected, that every page is a masterpiece. And, they're just everything is the whole process of actually making it happen is taking way more time than expected.
Yeah, they're just not good at estimating how much time they needed.
Yes. And I think the other reason I think that people are late is because of drama farming. They're too busy.
That's not the other reason I think people are late.
What do you think the other reason is?
I think the other reason people can be late is because shit happens.
Well, no, we already said. I said, without the exception of people, we're talking people that are habitually late. Okay.
Oh, habitually late. Okay.
Yeah, not the just stuff happens. We said that already. There are some things. I'm saying the other reason for this habitual lateness is the process takes longer than what's expected, or they're just too busy screwing around. They're playing video games on their Twitch. They're streaming drama. Hey,
I struck a chord with Piper.
Oh, okay. I know what we're talking about now. My bad. I'm dumb.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. I have a double life, but my shit's on time, technically. My shit.
As long as you're on time, it shouldn't matter what you do otherwise.
I do not put anything before something I owe somebody.
Damn.
So if I have a deadline or I owe somebody something, they're priority.
Right. So
they are priority. That's why my personal stuff takes so long. It's because it goes on the back burner for stuff I owe.
So Luke was late last year because he was sleeping around. I was sleeping around a little place called the ICU, and I was late. I was about 3 months late on delivering 15 of the 100 and some books that I was shipping out. So, yep.
That dipstick was putting in some work.
That dipstick was putting in some work. Hey yo!
I hope not.
That's a good one. All right. So James wants an example of people that are drama farming and it's causing them to be late. You get this a lot, maybe not necessarily with the creator, but you'll get it with they've got creative team members that are too busy on social media, too busy with video games, too busy streaming to actually get the artwork done or to get the coloring done or whatever.
They're not showing themselves working on anything either. They're just out there.
Is one of the that's one of the complaints that some people have about Uncle E. That he's not working, he's too busy streaming, to get his book. You're 2 years late on a book. You don't need to have a 6-hour stream about some drama or whatever. And I mean, all these arguments are, they can be valid in their own point. I think it's
fairly valid in the fact that not all of his streams are draw streams.
Not
that they all have to be. You got to let people take a break too. But
he
does have tons of campaigns.
He does. See, I don't do everything I do is not a draw stream, right? So I don't have that expectation.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do it all the time. But
Yeah.
if you're in front of people, not working on stuff for like most of like your time, that's when people are gonna start going. When do you have time to work on stuff?
Yeah, I like to see that get done. Yeah.
So with him, it's kind of understandable. At the same time, I know the art's gonna be
It's gonna be amazing.
on point. Yeah, it's gonna be
So
fucking amazing.
I commissioned a cover from someone. Thank God I had a backup, because I've been now waiting on that cover for almost a year.
Oh shit!
Wow.
I've been waiting almost a year. Welcome, Anthony. Yeah, and it's not coming. You know.
Look, now he
Like,
can
I-
sit on the fence, so I don't have to. My butt hurts.
Yeah, I've seen the layout, the thumbnail of what the cover's supposed to look like, and it's gonna look great if I ever get it. You know. So it's one of those things where it's like it just is taking a long time. And,
What am
At
I
least-
sitting on the fence about?
anything and everything.
Yeah, because I'm trying not to like sound like I'm attacking any specific person with what I have to say. It's more of a devil's advocate. I can see everybody's point of view. Like with Ethan, I'm kind of, I'm bummed, but at the same time, I 100% believe that I'm going to get everything I have backed. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
But I 100% believe I'm going to get it. I'm pretty confident I'm going to get it, and that if I'm not, it's because something went wrong and I'm getting refunded. Like,
Yeah, I'm only using him as an example because he's the one that
everybody knows.
the Rees
Yeah.
scream about.
Yeah.
Late books, he's the one that they scream about. So I'm kind of using him as an example.
Yeah.
But I mean, this goes down, just to like just to artwork in general, or just things in general. I commissioned a 3D model from someone. And after about 7 or 8 months, I realized it wasn't coming. And they had ghosted me. And so I had to go through my card to ask for a refund to try to get that money back. And it was, and finally they messaged me. Yeah, that's my bad. I just kind of dropped the ball. I got doing other things. And I saw them online always getting into arguments on social media, And I'm like, well, they're trying to grow their brand, but their brand is producing my art that I've asked them to do.
Yeah.
That's their brand, but they're trying to grow their brand by rubbing elbows with famous people who they think is famous, getting in Twitter battles, getting in, they're puffing up their reputation without actually producing any work to have a reputation on.
Yeah.
Kind of
And yeah, I was gonna say they're tarnishing it because you can easily just start putting out, "Hey, I paid this guy for something months ago, never got it."
Yeah, I feel like Luke's talking about me. Only I don't do 3D models.
Yeah.
Well, if the shoe fits, stick it in your. Never mind.
But see, that's a balance too, because especially in the crowdfunding and in the scene that we kind of hang out in, people, especially like fans and potential backers, they don't like the idea of a creator being in front of everybody while they have an active campaign and then disappearing. Maybe not ghosting, but not being active in the community and stuff. I'm like, it's a balance, because if you're out there too much, when are you giving yourself time to work? But if you just completely shut yourself off from everybody to buckle down and work, then people are like, so they don't give a shit about hanging out with us unless they got something to pitch. Like,
yeah.
So there is a balance there. Like,
There's definitely a balance. So
and it's just healthy to.
has
give
Rob
yourself time
Liefeld
to
ever
socialize.
fulfilled his Kickstarter?
The Kickstarter, yes. The Indiegogo, no, or the Kickstarter, no, and the Indiegogo, yes. He fulfilled something, but not all.
Yeah, I know Rob had a crowdfunder, and one of them is yet to go fulfilled.
Well, it's the same book. It was just one was on Kickstarter and one was on
Yeah.
Indiegogo. Yeah.
Was that a Youngblood thing?
I think so. Where's all the rereads? on
Brigade.
this
It was
one?
Brigade.
Brigade.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. I call
So if they
the.
funded it once, how are they not able to deliver
Yeah.
on the next one?
I call the antis Riris because they're all the time. And then I realized that the new Iron Man analog, Ironheart, her name is Riri.
Well, actually, if you read what they legitimately wrote, no kidding, not making shit up.
She's a villain.
She's a Riri. I mean, she's a Riri.
She's a villain in the book. I mean,
I could not believe her origin was, please oppress me so I have motivation. I'm not oppressed enough. Like, you seriously wrote that.
That's really it?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. Yikes.
I remember when they were talking about the comic book writer that because she wasn't a comic book writer, she's a poet. She was and I mean, I don't know. They said, "Oh, her poetry's amazing," and I read it, and I'm like, "It's okay."
That's the lady they brought on to fix the book.
Yeah, you want to know? You want to know who originally wrote her? I saw the chick get hired off of Twitter in real time.
Oh God!
They started putting out concept art for Riri, and a chick on Twitter started going nuts and adding it and everything, saying, "Oh, holy crap! She's literally me. I look just like her. I should be writing her." And I'm like, that shouldn't be a qualification to write a character, like looking like that. Like, you need to be able to write. Nope. Yeah. Nope. She freaking, like, a week later started putting out messages. Holy shit, they hired me. Thanks, you guys, for boosting this and blah, blah, blah. They hired her. They hired her from those tweets.
Yeah, but I think the first couple of issues was Bendis, because Bendis created the character.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, like
all I know is she got to write her at some point. So either she's the poet, or she's somewhere in the middle.
I think what you're talking about is the poet.
Yeah.
I think who you're talking about though is the poet, because I remember them like making a big deal about it, and she's like, "I want to write something in here and pay me money." And
well, they brought on
because her original reasoning was, "I need to write this character because she's literally me. We look the same," and I'm like.
James just chucked you out there, man.
Oh, I know.
Books. Hey, NerdCap.
Buddy threw an arrow to the heart over there. I don't.
Late books.
But
the whole reason why
they did bring on a writer later on to fix the book, and apparently, I mean, she gave her more depth as a character. Like,
oh, thank goodness, because what the hell was that?
Because Bendis, like, if you ever even saw the first couple of, like, I never read the book, but I saw the first couple of pages online. And it was literally her in her classroom telling her teacher, her white teacher.
Yes.
Yeah, that she was going
oppress
to
her. Tell her she can't be something. Yeah.
She was going to do something or other, and the teacher was like, "That's great. That's a good idea." And she was like, "No, you're not supposed to say that." And she's like, "What do you mean I'm not supposed to say that?" She's like, "You're supposed to tell me I can't." And she's like, "Why would I tell you that?" And like, it was like literally like. Yeah. And I'm literally on the teacher's side on this. I'm like, why would she tell you that?
Yeah, why would you tell one of her students that?
So then finally the teacher goes, fine. You wanted me to tell you can't do something? You'll never be the next Tony Stark. And that's
No. She didn't even say that. She said you can't be Iron Man because Tony Stark is Iron Man. That was the teacher's reasoning that she even says in there. But she says you can't be Iron Man because Tony Stark is Iron Man. And that's when that was supposed to be the motivation for Riri going and stealing his suit and not getting in trouble for it.
Wow, that sucks.
But then they did bring on
comic books at the time.
I mean, this is from the same company that had some weird nature mutant like kill people because they were littering.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I like this. Let's go away from this dumb place.
And there's like, this is justified. I will kill you if you put your plastic in my world.
Yeah, no, they've turned all of the heroes into villains.
Their actions have consequences. When you oppress people, they rise up in a fiery anger.
It's weird because then they're making the villains sound reasonable.
Yeah, okay, but this is when they go into like Poison Ivy. Like everybody loves Poison Ivy. They're like, oh, she just loves nature. It's like she literally killed an entire kindergarten class because they walked over grass.
Dude, yeah.
They deserved
twins,
it.
acting like none of that stuff happened.
She's a villain. I don't like the like she's a tragic-ish villain, and sometimes a villain can be on the good guy side just because their interests align. Does not make them an anti-hero, an anti-hero, or a hero.
Most of the time, these people are like what you are pointing to is the same thing you're pointing like shonen to, you know, like 13 to 17-year-old young boys, right? And so what they're thinking, if they see hot green chick, they don't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, immediately, I can fix her.
I can fix her. Yeah.
I don't care. I will die. I will die a happy boy.
I do think that's one thing that kills me about a lot of manga.
Bunny thinks that kindergarten class was asking for it.
Aimed at younger. It seems like the younger they're aimed at, the more this is true. Where like a person can be like a character, the villainous character can be like the most horrible piece of shit and kill people. But if they have a tragic story and the hero figures it out and helps them work out their problems, suddenly there's absolutely no consequences for their actions. They just needed beat up and talked to a little bit. Now they're fine. Now they're a good guy too. And no jail, nothing for all the people they killed. I'm like, that fucks me up a little bit. I'm like, you're giving this to kids.
Telepathic Bunny says Poison Ivy is a fixer-upper.
At least for the stuff aimed at like older audiences, generally the villain like either dies or actually rots in prison somehow or something. Like there's way less. Well, through the power of friendship, we changed your mind about killing everybody else.
Well, it was as bad as that.
It's fine. You already killed these 50 people.
It was as bad as that Jane Foster issue.
Oh God.
Where the bad guy gives up for feminism.
Oh yeah. I think they would never do that.
I will give up
themselves
because
in
you
jail.
are a woman.
Yeah,
Yes.
they go, I'm going to
Take
go
me
and
in.
turn myself in because feminism.
Oh, well, I'm still going to punch you. Sure. Oh my gosh. I was like,
I'm
this
not
is
taking a punch.
stupid.
Windows 11 version 22H2 is... Stop!
When I watched that.
Damn
Quit
Windows
harassing me.
Your computer's harassing you?
Yes, it
You
really
need to call
wants
the
me to
police.
change to Windows 11, and I don't want to.
James says he can
Windows
think of
11 is
4
pretty good,
campaigns where the
I like
printer
it.
lost or damaged some of the books.
Look, I'm still
Yeah,
figuring out
sometimes you
Windows
get,
10. I don't
sometimes you
need to
get
start
printer
over.
Sometimes you get... What?
I think
Basically the
that's,
same thing.
that's like different than what a lot, you know, I don't know. When you talk about late books, you're talking about just a, you know, we were dipping in and out of this like a sine wave, but or more like cosine. But anyway,
Cosine, yeah.
going into that, you know, it's like, okay, I understand that there are a lot of different issues that have to do. I mean, one of the, I don't think anybody gets mad at somebody because the printer screwed up their book. Nobody's going to get mad. They're going to be like, okay, yeah, we'll wait for the good copy. Thank you.
But technically, you're
You know what I mean?
always gonna, and this is just something you should expect as a backer and brace yourself for. There's just always gonna be people you cannot appease.
Yeah.
And you know, they're either acting that way intentionally or they're just like legitimately upset, and nothing you can say is gonna make them chill out. So, the best you can do there is definitely keep people informed. Like,
Well, I had this conversation. I think it was with Vicky back when Vicky was like kind of being cool for a little
she
while
was
there.
being cool for a little bit. She was being
and
chill at least.
We were still having a little bit like, you know, we were on opposite ends of the argument, I guess, but we weren't
Right,
like arguing. We were like
yeah, I was gonna
talking,
say like
right.
there was a time where I still disagreed with her, but you know everything was civil, and there were still a couple of things that we could both like shake our heads yeah or no on. Like,
right. And I remember I said to her, I go, listen, everybody has their benchmark, right? Like if a book's 3 months late, 6 months late, a year late, 2 years late, at some point somebody's gonna go, okay, I had enough. Where's my book?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Everybody has their benchmark, right? Mine happens to be like a year and a half. Like that's like my benchmark. That's when I start, and even then I'm still a little like kind of passive. I'm like I'll throw like a little like private DM like, hey, just checking in, you know, like what's going on, you know.
I think for me it's if you get that long and you've been silent for at least half that time, or you've gone silent eventually, and it's been that long, then I'm like,
Yes,
no.
she does.
Yeah, that's she was cool for a little bit. She went from antagonistic picking fights to actually chilled and talking for a little bit, and she's back to being antagonistic.
Sounds like she went off.
Anthony, let me ask you, how late are you on your book right now?
In 5 days.
In dog years?
In 5 days, it'll be a year.
Wow.
But you're keeping people up to date on what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, last update that I actually put out like on the Indiegogo was September, so I have to like catch up on that. But yeah, I'm always talking about it, like, you know, amongst the streams I'm on and like on Twitter and stuff. So, but I have to get better at like, I was doing pretty good with the email blast and the updates, you know, the Indiegogo updates, but I also had other stuff I was talking about, so it was like I would just sit down and I would go, okay, this is what's going on with Hunting Atlas, this is what's going on with Lightbringer, this is what's going on with Pariah, and I'd send everybody, you know, a big email blast. But like now Lightbringer's fulfilled. Well, I do have some news on Lightbringer too I got to announce, but so I guess I can put together maybe I'll do that tonight. I'll sit down and I'll write a update for everything and send it out. You know.
Sweet. So how long before you think that book's gonna get?
I'd like to have it in print before the end of the year. Yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've found the issue, corrected it, put it together. It's happening, buddy.
Yo.
You got a late book, man.
Yeah, it's very late.
Very late. How late is it?
What's going on? It'll be 2 years in January.
So that you're past Anthony's benchmark. But you got a lot.
I mean, I've been pretty open with everybody.
Yeah.
So.
You have hit
there's been progress.
roadblock
the
after
entire time.
roadblock with your book. Like it's like you funded that book and the universe says, "Oh hell no, buddy."
Yeah,
the universe was like, "Oh, you wanted to actually make that? Oh, well, shit."
I could be a little more open about certain things that have happened, but if I did, it would just cause a whole mess of problems. And
oh, you don't want any more problems.
No, as long as they're updated on the status, and you're not going really long chunks of time with crickets, so that they're unsure.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, I try to put out stuff like, you know, on everything. I mean, like I said, the last update we had was that everything is, you know, has finished with the principal photography. You know, the principal artwork is done, and you know, we're down to really just lettering it now. And then once it's lettered, it'll, you know, we can make the print file finally and put that in. And we were just, some of that was like me being a dork and going over it and saying, okay, this is a graphically illustrated novel and not just a comic book or graphic novel that's a comic book. So I want even the lettering to represent the characters and be their specific voice. And, you know, then we got into the composition of that and really getting into it and creating a Bible for that. And then it was like, okay, I want it this way or that way. And then, you know, me being a neophyte to this entire profession, it's like, oh, unfortunately, there's really only a limited amount of things you can do because it can look pretty, but at the end of the day, people still have to read it.
Yeah.
It has to be readable.
Yeah.
So, you
it's
know,
fun.
and,
you know, people kind of want to read their books. I mean, it's just.
I know, right? Shut up and look at the pictures.
Yeah,
But
you
see,
and
that's
Anthony
like,
not a lot
with
of,
Buddy and Xevious both are constantly putting out updates everywhere and showing that work is constantly being done.
And what's your hope on a delivery on that one, buddy?
My absolute hope now would probably be like February. I was hoping by this year, but it just doesn't seem like that's going to be possible because I wanted to get the print file by the end of this month, and that just hasn't happened. I got really busy at work. I can't babysit.
I feel you, man.
Get you, brother. Say no more.
You know, so but I think, you know, it's going to be a hell of a story. I don't know. I keep being afraid that, you know, like everybody else does, right? The imposter syndrome that you get right at the last minute. You're like, everybody's going to hate this. It sucks. I should go hide in a corner.
Yeah.
Happens to us all.
Every book.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, this is terrible. This is the worst. It's like when you're first doing it, you're like, this is the best thing I've ever done. And then you're like, oh my God, this is the worst thing I've ever done.
But I'm kind of lucky because, like, you know, when I was younger, writing music, like, you know, you write music and all your friends are like, oh, that's so awesome, that's great. And you're like, are you just saying that, right? And then finally you get that real bit of, like, honest criticism from someone who isn't your friend or like, just tangentially, like, an acquaintance or something. And they're like, yeah, it could be better, you know, or something like that. Like, or they just rip it to shreds. And I got a lot of that. And, like, I finally started actually welcoming that, you know what I mean? So, like, now it's like I want somebody to, like, just be brutally honest. Like, that's how I am now when it comes to, you know, anything. I've gotten some brutally honest critiques on Lightbringer, even though I only did the lettering on it. But because I'm the publisher, you know, I got the. But I've also gotten some really great reviews on it, you know, from people like I don't even know, you know what I mean, like that just bought the book. I don't know who they are.
So subjective, my friend. I mean,
yeah. So
you know, you never know what one person's gonna love and another person's gonna hate. But here's the deal. So it doesn't matter what you do. I think, you know, as long as you're communicating to your fans. That's what's important, you know, the communication between you and your fans and your community. But there are people out there who I call clowns or crabs. It doesn't matter what you do, they're going to have a problem.
Right.
They're going to come at you and they're going to re and all that kind of stuff. So when, we were talking about this today in the GC chat. Sometimes, you know, I think if people say, I'm surrounded by drama, well, I think you're kind of responsible for that. You know, we can deal with drama that comes, and I'm not talking about the occasional, you know, you're winning and somebody doesn't like it, a crab comes up, tries to grab your ankle, pull you back down in the bucket. You're going to have that. You got to deal with that a certain way. I'm talking about being surrounded with drama. Because there's certain people like, you know, like,
seeking it out, like
it's where everywhere they go, you know, it's like drama. They're either causing it or they're at the middle of it or whatever. If you're surrounded by drama, there usually is a common denominator, right?
It's easy to get pulled in.
It is easy to get pulled in. It's very easy to get pulled in. So when you're dealing with the drama, with the clowns, what is the best way to deal with them so that they don't become a distraction for productivity?
All right, sometimes you have to, like, if it's somebody who's repeatedly, like, it may be, all right. I have somebody who has on more than one occasion brought up the Hunting Alice thing, like, but like in a medium that's not like giving a little ribbon like James Hayes did, or you know what I mean, like you know, that's fine. You want to give me like a little jab or whatever, that's fine. I'm cool with that. But like, and it's not repeatedly. It's not like every day or every week, but it's like it's the same person doing the same thing on the same platform, and it's like you acknowledge it. But every now and then, you know, it's like, I'm not going to acknowledge every time you say the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm just, like this, like just recently they did it, and I'm not even going to respond to it, because it's like, it's the same answer. Like, I'm going to give you you saying this, asking the same question. I gave you the same answer 3 times already. I don't know what else you want me to say. You know what I mean? Like, at this point, I can lie to you. You know what I mean? Like, make it feel better. I don't know what to tell you. You know, like,
yeah, it's like, maybe what are we gonna? Yeah, buddy, how do you deal with the clowns? Do you take them to clown school?
I usually don't entertain them. I think that, you know, that I don't know, like. Most of the people that come to me, that if they do have any kind of discussion, it's such a horribly based argument. It's one of those things like, look, if you're going to get in a battle of wits with me, at least come prepared, or just go away.
Right. Well, the worst part with this one person is we were friends, and not that we stopped being friends. They just kind of went away, and now they only pop up like once, like every 2 months to like bust my chops on the Indiegogo page. You know what I mean? It's like,
I mean, I wouldn't consider that.
Oh, and that's your line of work.
I don't know. My thing has always been for friends. Like, I have a very particular definition of friends, or people I'm friendly with, and that is that if I cannot celebrate you or you cannot celebrate me, then we are not friends.
Well, right. Like I said, the person like kind of just disappeared, and then now the only contact I have with them is when they're busting my chops on the Indiegogo page, and it's like, all right, dude. Like I don't know what I know some shit went down, and you kind of went off your own way, and you're doing your own thing, but I had nothing to do with that. So, you used to DM me and and ask me. Now you're gonna do it publicly, like whatever. I'm not gonna get into it. But like it's just like at a certain point, like I'm just gonna stop. Like this time I'm just gonna ignore it. Maybe next month when it's closer to when I think we're gonna go to print, if things haven't changed and they bring it up, then I'll reply again. But or if things are on track and they do it again, I could say, hey, listen, we're going to print. Relax. You know what I mean? Like
I want to bring something up, and I'm gonna try not to. Mention any names, but if I do, it's late and I'm tired and happens.
We'll do it in the morning.
So, Bunny, here's Bunny. You step to the dinosaur, best come correct. Bunny is one of our channel members. You too could become a channel member. You should consider it. It's pretty cool. Makes you awesome. Anyway, he started this thing called Buy One Back One. It was this initiative to try to help campaigns get ahead. Help some of the.
Don't lie. It was a horrible thing. We're going to drug you all and make you buy books you don't want.
It's a hashtag that if you click on it, a person with a gun comes to your house and puts the gun to your head and forces you to throw all your life savings at random books you've never heard of.
Can we make this like can we make this a horror movie?
Let's do it.
Yeah. So he comes up with this idea. He's like, hey,
or you.
What if we use the hashtag? He says, what if we use this hashtag? See, we know like certain campaigns are they're a sure thing. They're gonna make thousands and thousands of dollars. But some of these smaller campaigns, they're just trying to get started, Maybe they need a little bit of help. So what if we find campaigns that are really good and they've got good creative teams and maybe, they just need a boost. They need a signal boost. They don't have the platforms that everybody else has. And what if we use this hashtag so that people can search it whenever they buy one from like one of these bigger campaigns or bigger creators? They can search the Buy One Back One hashtag and be able to browse smaller campaigns that they can take a look at and try to give it a shot.
What I really liked was that it was so that they could find campaigns that weren't funded yet.
Yeah. That weren't funded or they were sub 10K.
Yeah, sub 10K, but highlight like extra on the fact that they're not ones that aren't funded yet. So that they're all in one hashtag. You can just check the hashtag and go, okay, who needs help?
Yeah, and Belmont now does a video where he's maintaining a list of the Buy One Back Ones. And the only way to get on that list is to request to be put on that list. Because people were they were acting a fool about it, right?
Yeah, they were losing their minds over it. So there was tons of, like, at first, what was it? At first, we were just trying to tag people that weren't funded yet and stuff like that. And then some of them were like, I don't want to be associated with this tag because when.
Yeah, because when.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
It really was.
I don't understand it, so I'm going to get out of it.
Right, I don't get it. Somebody said this mean thing about it, so I don't want my book on it. So, yeah.
I understandable, but I don't know. I thought of it as like it was just a sort of it was a kinetic aggregate, where you've got like because if you go to Amazon, you have a static aggregate. They do it for you. It's a passive kind of thing where it's like, hey, you bought this, you might like these. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's basically that. It's just you have to, it's you doing that for other people, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a little. It's like, hey, like I bought this, and this might be something I'm interested in too, or this might be, or whatever,
It's,
and it's just kind of.
Since I bought this,
you like Cyberfrog? We'll check these out because, woo, they hang out in the same groups. They're just smaller.
So there was one person that was very vocal about the hashtag. that I think's funny because now I see their name on the list. And keep in mind, you can't get on the list unless you ask to be put on the list.
Yeah, that you want to participate.
But now they're on the list. But they were so anti this thing before. Because and I call those. I mean, they're a clown. I've got no other way to say it. But they're a clown. I mean, how can you go against something, and then within, I mean, not even months later, we're talking weeks later, be like, yeah, can I get put on that list? What a freaking clown! What a joker you are!
Well, it'd be okay
if we're thinking about the same person. Is it the person that went after and got like really mean about the tag because somebody had tagged them already?
Yeah, I think
with
so.
the tag and they got pissed off.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he got taken off and got actually put back on.
Yeah.
It'd be okay if like they finally turned around and said, okay, listen, I misunderstood what it meant and now I get it, and you know it's cool. Like
no, it was like a 2 or 3 day long battle on Twitter about how
it did
it
did at one point at least result in, well, the way Piper explains it is good, the way everybody else explains it is bad, and I'm like, I'm just using different words to say the exact same thing. I just happened to use the words that you liked, I guess.
You got the fancy words.
Yeah, and then but still, it was then the battle continued.
Boobs are an amazing thing.
Right? The battle continued, but not in the thread I was in. His battle continued with every other person that had replied.
Yeah.
For even more days, even longer. And I'm like, I thought you just said you got it, but now.
But no, he just wanted to clout chase through arguing.
Yeah, I was like, but now you're telling everybody else that it's still a bad thing.
Then a couple weeks later, he's clout chasing again, with arguing over stupid stuff. But
like I said, I get it. Like if someone's actually like can admit when they were wrong, I'm not gonna bust. That person hasn't done that, and then now they're just, you know, using it to drum up sales. I don't even know who you're talking about, to be honest with you, but
yeah, that's
no. Yes, it is. Yeah. It's a way to get attention, but it's like, and they're only doing it, you know, with other creators. It's not like potential backers outside of other creators, because we know we back each other's shit if we like it. Damn,
we want hashtag buy one back one to draw attention to your campaign. That's the whole point.
Yeah,
that was why it was initiated to begin with. And Cooper's making his own book. Bunny's making his own book. But he's a fan first. He's been buying hybrids for a while now. You know?
Yeah, same here.
So I mean he's
as far as fans go, yeah.
Many of us are fans first.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why I picked the career path that I had already picked, in the stupid college degree that I picked was all because of comic books. And technically animation too, but holy shit, is that hard.
So what do we do with these clowns? So what do? Do you decide to take them to school and engage with them for days and waste time? Or do you just walk away from them and let them sit there honking their nose?
Yeah, for the most part, you do the second, but I have a little bit of like an itch in me that I need to scratch every now and then.
Right, I'm a mix of both, but it really depends on what kind of clown we're talking about here.
No, you know.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna go head to head with another creator and make a big stink, because I hated it when the big guys do it. You know what I mean? Like when the whole EVS Miller thing went down, and you know all that. It was just like, I don't care about two grown men having a slap fight on the internet. I'm going to like both their stuff, and I'm going to back both their stuff as long as they're being cool with me. Like, as a customer, they're being cool, right? Yeah, I mean, if anybody's seen my Twitter feed the last couple of days, you can see that I have an itch to scratch every now and then.
Yeah, you do. Man, you brought him out. You brought him out, man. You really did.
In the medieval days, they called that louse. Just saying.
Well, you know what? With that, just to not gonna get into the whole thing, but what caught my attention and what really irked me was they brought up the Slick Jimmy thing with this one cat, right? And they were trying to make it sound like he was like defending Slick Jimmy, and because of that, made him the exact same type of person as Slick Jimmy. And I was like, whoa. No. You're not going to do that to this guy.
Dude, they tried to do that to me a long time ago, the remainder that I hadn't blocked already, and that's how the rest of them got blocked on everything, especially YouTube.
But with me, like, I'll just turn their tactics back around on them. I'm like, I start going, well, gee, it's kind of funny that the only people that keep bringing him up every 2 to 3 months are you guys. The only ones who have all his live streams appearances saved are you guys. I was like, I wonder who the fan of this guy is. Is it really this poor guy that you guys are swarming right now, or is it you guys? Like, and I said, at one point, I was like, do you guys have to pass the video around and have a go at it on your own, or is it like a group watch in Discord? like how is it a circle jerk, or what is it? You know what I mean? And that's when they all started coming out of the woodwork.
Because you hit a nerve.
Yeah, because I flipped their script back on them.
Yeah,
you know.
People don't like when you do that. Yeah, when it comes to, so I think my opinion would be, when it comes to clowns that are known to be clowns for the sake of being clowns in all of this context, no, I don't give them the time of day for the most part. It's going to be, I might say 2 words with you because your clowning is interesting right now, but I'm going to get bored with you fast and not feel bad about blocking you.
Because at the end of the day, we got books to make, man.
Yeah. So if it's like those kind of clowns that we're talking about, if it's the kind earlier we were talking about people clowning over your late books, if it is a backer, then I am going to do my best to, even if they're clowning, to, be nice and, try to make them happy with the information they're demanding.
Anyone that's giving me money, I don't consider a clown. I consider a customer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's a backer, but they are doing clowning tactics, essentially. Like, if they're being pretty aggressively nasty to you and stuff, I'm still going to try for a good while. And then, but it's going to be between me and that person that I'm going to try. And then I'm like, I don't have anything else to tell this person or do to appease this person, so I'm just not going to touch it, and
Let's get to James' comment here for a second. Says, I'm not sure how practical that is with most people funding off Kickstarter and Indiegogo while drawing backers off of YouTube. I think here's a cool thing about the hashtag buy one, back one thing. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. That's the thing that you're thinking about practicality. I think the interesting thing about that is it's just word of mouth.
Yeah.
Whether we talk about it on YouTube or we talk about it on Twitter or Facebook, using that hashtag whenever we see a campaign that's funding, whether it be on Indiegogo, whether it be Kickstarter or even Crowdfunder, you can tag that and then you search that hashtag and they're all going to come up. So anybody that is aware of the buy one, back one, or BOBO as we call it, anyone that's aware of BOBO will be able to. That's just heard what it sounds like.
Anytime they feel like going,
That's
who's
funny.
funding that has not funded yet?
Yeah.
Or just who's still under 10K?
Yeah.
And could use a little push. I'm looking for a book from somebody I haven't maybe, heard of.
Yeah,
before
peruse
yet,
these
or
because
something.
yeah, maybe you're wanting to say, like, well, is there a book out there is there something new that I can dive into that I haven't seen before? Maybe they haven't been able to get on some of these streams. Here's the problem with YouTube right now. Many of the streamers that used to promote books aren't doing it anymore. There are very few. In fact, that's why I started this channel, to build my own platform, because the other platforms were getting thin.
Yeah.
So it was less and less opportunity. Right now, this time of year, there's even less. And so even though there's other artists out there that are doing the draw a person's original character while they talk about their campaign, people doing that already. I had some requests to do that because people thought it might help with the signal boost for their campaign. Well, I've started doing that to help out some people because I have the ability and the time to be able to do it right now. But building my own channel to try to draw attention to my own books, I'm trying to do that for other people because I know that market, the opportunity is a lot thinner now. And part of the reason why people aren't doing it, it's twofold. Number one, it's exhausting.
It used to be tons of channels would do it, but they would all do the same format. Like, let's scroll through your campaign and you tell us for the millionth. We're probably the millionth channel that you've said all this to, but say it again kind of deal. So a lot thought, well, it's oversaturated. We don't need mine. But a lot of people thought that at the same time.
Yeah, they give up because they don't see the growth.
Yeah, that was part of it. And a lot of the audience was shared. But the other thing that was happening is there are people that they only come around. and they are always asking to be shilled. They're never just there. They're never present in the chat. They're never just a part of the community. Yeah. They're only around. The only time you see them is they're dropping links, link after link. And they spam link things, And it's
the only time they interact with your tweets too is if they're dropping a link in there. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. And some of the channels that still do it have kind of closed themselves off to their own little circle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like to get on the shows is near impossible if you're not interacting with them on a daily basis.
Yeah, they'll leave you on red, even when you do interact with them all the time. But
yeah, I've experienced that.
At least some channels are simply trying to find different ways to promote that aren't
conventional.
Yeah, we're not conventional.
Did Piper just drop out?
Oh,
I think she might.
I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah,
we're not my internet hiccuped again.
Yeah, we're not conventional. Nerd Bacon, NerdCap, not conventional.
Yeah, well, that's why I did
getting to know who the people.
Because I was gonna say, because even if you're not a shared audience, but maybe when you're sitting there going, "Oh my gosh, it looks like 10 shows are doing this one book," it can actually have a negative impact in the point where somebody can be like, "I am sick of seeing this book's campaign."
I'm
but
sick of seeing Luke on the screen. Yeah.
Right, but if you take the creators and just find different, unique ways to to let people know the creator, and then be like, all right, and this is the book.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I want to bring back because I thought Comicsgate News was a good way of doing that because
that was.
Yeah, I mean, like if I wanted to show hybrids, I might not have the time to dedicate to scheduling a stream, making sure mine and Luke's. Which, by the way, I told you I'd have you on. I'm going to have you on, but I'm just using you as an example because you're here.
Yeah.
We got to connect. Does this day work for you? Does this time work for you? The other thing. Then you got to take an hour. Both of you got to take an hour out of your day, and then either you do the old boring format, or you got to figure out a whole different thing to keep the audience entertained for an hour while dropping the, popping the campaign up on screen and dropping the link in the chat. It was just a different way of being able, and kind of a funny way too of just bringing to light different things that creators are doing. Oh, look, somebody hit their stretch goal today, or
there's still creators out there that are trying to go on the Shield campaign.
Yeah.
And they'll ask, well, they're really, they don't understand when I say, well, I stream 2 times. I stream at 10 p.m. on Tuesdays and 9 a.m. on Thursdays. Oh, well, can you do 10 p.m.? Can you do the afternoon on Thursday? I said, no. I stream at 10 p.m. on Tuesdays and 9 a.m. on Thursdays. I have a dedicated time so that my audience knows when to be there.
Yeah.
Because it was also really hard to kind of populate people when it's just random. It's total random stream times, right? It needs to be consistent and it needs to be entertaining. So these kind of talk things, these goof things, people enjoy this stuff where you have a topic, you discuss it, maybe you learn something, maybe you don't, maybe you say something and it pisses someone off. And I'll tell you what, I know when we've done that because my rewatch hours go way up on a stream. I know when someone has been EFAPing me or when they are, are clipping every little piece of what I'm, saying, because they are, it shows.
Yeah. I used to try to be on a good schedule, even with the Comicsgate News, even though that wasn't live, it was a premiere video. But in my industry, in the restaurant industry, shit comes up. My days off aren't always consistent, So
consistent. Being consistent in anything but your work there is going to be difficult.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of streamers they just got tired of just people always coming and expecting to be on. and being upset if you couldn't get them on in their time frame and things like that. I still ask, and I'm like, hey, if you can get it, if you make it work, great. If you can't, don't do anything special for me. I'll figure it out. I knew what November was going to be like. I know that launching in November is stupid because of the holidays. I also know launching in November on an election year means that there's going to be a little more upset and distressed with people's wallets and pocketbooks than what there normally is. I knew what I was doing. And I did it anyway because I'm just a glutton for punishment,
When are you launching?
I already launched, man.
Not to worry. I have a permit. This just says I can do what I want.
Right, darn right I can do what I want. I already launched.
Dang.
I launched on a Tuesday night. Remember, we launched and then it failed.
Oh, right. I thought you were postponing. Yeah.
No, so we went ahead and launched Thursday morning. So we lost all the momentum because I need to get the book printed and get it out to people.
Yeah. I can tell you because we did Lightbringer last year. We launched on when did we launched in November because we went November into December, and then it closed out in like the first week or two of January.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, man, it was a weird turn of event. Like, okay, so like how there's the traditional ebb and flow of a campaign.
Mm-hmm.
It was like totally reversed.
It's all in the middle.
It really was. It was like we got this big hit like right around the holidays because I guess people were like, oh, Christmas presents are bought. And I still got some extra cash to spend. Like you know what I mean? Like, and that's and
don't underestimate the holidays here, man.
So Jim says there's no way to prove it. I can prove it. I
experienced it.
Yeah, I can prove it with every campaign I've ran in November. That's what I can prove it with. Right now, with the end of an arc, I've got 4 books that finish up an arc, plus I've got some amazing art that hasn't sold. This campaign should be well over $6,000 by this point, and it's only sitting at just over $1,500. I normally have 110, 120 backers on a hybrids book. That's about the audience for that right now. That's where I'm normally sitting at with that. And I'm sitting at 35 backers right now. And it's just...
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember exactly when in November I launched. I know we had a Black Friday sale. I know that. I know we had a Christmas sale. And then we had I feel like I feel like maybe we launched like in the middle of November and closed in the middle of January. But like that holiday, that middle of December to the beginning of January was like our big bump. Like it was like huge. Like it's skyrocketed in like
now,
the holiday.
Launching right after Christmas or New Year's is a good time to launch because everybody's got their Christmas money.
Yep, and they're feeling good for the holidays.
And they know how much money they've spent. So you've gotten Christmas. But if you're only running in November or like early December, you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, but the funny part is like
I knew the risk.
Hitting like the 15th of January, that all takes a nosedive because credit card bills start coming in.
Right, that's what happens. Yeah. And you're like, oh crap, I got to pay for this now. Yeah, so that little window right there, so we're launching Out of Obscurity, the anthology we're doing on January 1st.
It's not actually like what Jim is talking. To speak to some of what Jim is saying, it's not actually financial.
Yeah.
That brings you down. It's attention economy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is what's going on because people do have you've got the holidays, you've got family, you've got all these other things. Normally, in a regular circumstance, for somebody to buy your product if they don't know you, they have to have seen you it's 37 times.
Right.
Okay. How are you going to get those 37 times or even, half that or anything unless you have an engaged audience that's, visiting you every day? Like, that's why, people go, oh, look at, Ethan or whoever. Well, yeah, because they have their own audience. They're not really comic book audience. They are their audience. There are people there for them, nobody else. And you have what's called variable reward. which means you come every day or you come at certain, times when you're used to, sort of like, same bat time, same bat channel, right? You come to that and you get something different every time. And you're like, what is it going to be today? What is he going to make fun of today? What are they going to do this day? What are they going to draw? What are they going to color? Whatever, right? So that's like that variable reward. It's a fallacy. Like, we think it's better. It's actually not. But, that's the way our brain works. And we're like, ooh, what's it going to be? It's going to be great. And that keeps you coming back. But that attention economy is actually what destroys you. And between the holidays, like, it's about October to to the beginning of the year. Because what's actually happening is, it's not that they don't have the money. The money's still there. They don't have the time, which is, again, why the mid-elections hurt. Because, again, that's something else for them to think about.
Yeah.
So
November 8th is always election day, right? So I launched on November 3rd or November 2nd. Yeah, I launched on November 2nd, which means I had Thursday, Friday, and then the weekend. Saturdays and Sundays are not normally that good because people are out and they're doing things. Again, attention economy. And then, I had Monday. I did pretty decent on Monday. But come Tuesday, no one was thinking about backing a comic book.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking the same thing Buddy was thinking. Like I said, I was surprised with how well we did during that time. But, because, you're right. Like, who's got holiday parties to go to? Like, the neighbor's having a Christmas party. Let's go over to Bill and Josie's and drink some eggnog, and then we got to go see Grandma and Grandpa for a couple of days, and you know what I mean? Like, all that stuff happens, and I guess if you get on I think we just happened to get on the right shows that time, though, at that moment in time too. I think it was like a little catalyst of everything, because we got on Flashcast, Ricada, a lot of big shows right in that heart of December, which I think helps.
Oh yeah, those are totally different, because that's a different audience.
Yeah.
Than you normally would get. Like, those guys are what I would consider, because there's like a Venn diagram of about 3 different groups that comprise what we consider our indie community. There's anime, manga, the weebs. There's geeks and gamers, and then there's the indie comic books. And you put all those together, and there's like a little area in the middle that is quote unquote CG or whatever, right? And and they kind of comprise all of that. But you can actually go outside if you have a book that's more manga, you can go to the weebs, right? I mean, that's kind of what, like, Joe Ball, his book is like Berserk. That's what he's trying to emulate. His book looks like Berserk, and that's a big deal in anime manga, especially when the author died, right? And then his protege said, hey, he told us to write the rest of the book. That was a huge deal. So he's basically living on that. Like, Ball's living on that.
Yeah.
And there are, sorry.
We had a $2,000 hit just off of Flashcast.
Yeah.
Just being on Flashcast, that gave us a 2K bump. So.
And I'm certainly not saying if you
few 100,000 subscribers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But I'm certainly not saying that if you launch in November that you're not going to be successful. I'm going to say that it's going to be an uphill battle.
Yeah, it's difficult. You've got to have a little bit of luck. There's a little bit of, and it is not the money, like I said, it is the attention economy.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
If you get their attention, then what Anthony's saying, if you can get people's attention, you can make some money.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit money and a lot bit attention.
My Kickstarter is a perfect example of this, because I launched mine, latest one, on October 15th. A lot of reasons why, and it was a Sunday too, so that wasn't really good. But yeah, with what everyone's saying, Halloween, Thanksgiving, elections, this whole Elon Musk business, there's so much attention you're fighting for. And my Kickstarter, like, the first 2-3 days, kind of good. But then that whole, like you mentioned, ebb and flow, everyone knows it's like a low period in the middle. That was pretty much my whole campaign. It wasn't until the last, 2 days where I saw a big boost. And it was all because, Twitter just really supported me. Like, a lot of people were sharing it, getting the attention, and we managed to fund the last 2 days. But yeah. That it was so true. Like, my Kickstarter is like the perfect example of everything that's being said here. And also saturation. I think a lot of people have the idea of wanting to launch their comic before the holidays, but there's so many people doing that again, we're all fighting for that attention.
Yeah, we just ended up, we actually closed Rift Riders, and then I launched Hybrids. Bad choice. But I'm trying to stay on schedule. We had hoped to launch Rift Riders sooner, but that launch got pushed back a little bit, just because of life, me not being ready yet, because my issue 8 got pushed back because of this little thing called being sick.
I was about to say the nap.
The big nap, yeah. So yeah, all those things kind of happen. But yeah, it's.
I saw Dillard drawing some panels on his stream. It was coming out. It was looking pretty good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So what we're doing right now, we're just rolling through this.
Nobody told me my avatar was broken again.
Yeah, this is actually Edwin's campaign here, the one that just closed out November 15th.
Yep, just barely funded. I'm telling you, the last 2 days was a tremendous growth. We made like over half the campaign, I think it was, in the last 2 days.
Wow. So
wow, nice.
I know for us that's normal. Like that's pretty average. Like usually you make about 40 to 50% of what you're going to get in the first week.
Yeah.
And then you do the same thing on the last week.
Yep.
Yeah, for me, like all my Kickstarters have been drastically different. The first one, I launched it way earlier than I should have, but we still managed to fund towards the end. And that was to be expected. Like I was a nobody, had no following. The second one, we got Project We Love funded, like I think it was in a little less than 2 weeks. And I'm not saying like, that gave me a big head. We're like, oh, this one's going to go like super fast. We already got this. But I thought like, with all the progress, the growth, I had like some really cool ideas for this one. I thought at least it wouldn't be like it was such a big stagnant campaign. But again, I'm happy we got that support in the end. I really believe in this issue. I think people will enjoy it.
Looks
nice. You don't have a video, do you?
Nah, I don't have a video for this one.
This looks awesome.
It does. I like this chick with the horns.
It
her
looks
name
like
is
this horny chick.
It's reminding me of like Lost Girl.
Right.
Mm-hmm. She's supposed to be kind of like a bit of Uma Thurman from Pulp Fiction mixed with Carmilla from Castlevania.
Oh, yes.
I can tell from the shape, like this man likes his boobs.
Interesting mashup. I like it.
He like immediately smiled. He's like, yeah. Like, yes, I
fan.
do. Thank you.
I too am a big fan of boobs.
She's based on the god of death from Welsh culture, Gwyn ap Nudd, who's normally a dude. But yeah, I put a female spin on it, and then that's where the antlers come from.
Oh my god!
Oh, you gender swapped. That's it.
Oh my god!
We're out. That's it. I'm out of here. No.
But he gender swapped, but allowed.
And I removed the E.
Yeah, what did you
I
say,
apologize.
I said, but he gender swapped, but allowed boobs. That's what makes it okay.
Alright, fine.
Yeah, no, it's not like the corporate gender swaps. They want the chicks to still be dudes.
This
they
emo
just
dude looks cool.
Want chicks, chicks.
It also made sense for me because I'm Hispanic, and when you talk about deaf in Spanish, you use female pronouns. So I was like, it just makes sense to make the deaf black a female.
La muerte, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's another brown person in CG. What's going on?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Sancho Muerte. All my characters, for the most part, are based on different gods of death from different religions and cultures.
I feel you.
I'm like
Helena's
singing that
Hell
song
from North.
Sublime in my head now. Was that group Sublime? That's Sancho's throat. I got something for his podcast.
I like the art, man. I do.
Yeah, we have so many art styles too, because I have alternate versions of each issue, and each alternate version is a different art style. Like I have some on hand right here. My penciler is Elton. He's the one who does all the drawings for the main issue. Like this is the one he did. This is the first issue. If I show you the first
Gabriel.
page,
I like that.
yeah,
guy.
You need to put him on the center, man. We need to
Make
see him
him-
like front
Make
center.
him big. Make him big.
Yeah, make 'em
Hold
big.
on. Give me a second.
Make him big.
Whose freaking show is this?
you know, Luke, I found out I make a good co-host.
You do.
Just
Yeah, you gotta let
saying.
me know. I was focusing
So
on
are you telling him
Oh,
Give me a
just
second.
saying.
Hold on.
control? You want the keys
I
to
gotta
the channel?
find the button. There we go.
There you
There you go.
Ooh.
So this is what I was saying. Yeah, so this one's done by Elton. This is the main issue. If you see these first couple panels, in this version, it's like a different art style, different angles. One is in the night, one is in the day. There's a story on why I did this that I can explain, but basically I just thought it'd be cool to do two versions and have different things happen in them to give you a reason to buy the two.
This is a story, but I don't want to explain it.
Okay. Oh no, I explained. I said I would explain it.
You gotta buy the book to find out. So
we were talking earlier about how like your artist might ghost you or whatever.
Yeah.
This version was done by someone named Mac, who he was the original artist. This was gonna be just it, right? But then he did the first 5 pages. He ghosted me after the first 5 pages for like about a month, and I was like, "Damn, am I gonna have to restart?" It's only 5 pages. I guess I can do that. So that's when I found Elton. But then Matt came back in the picture. He emailed me. He was like, "Hey, I went to the hospital. I had some health issues. So sorry." I could have just, like, "Hey, I moved on."
Luke. He was like, "I died. I'm sorry."
Oh no.
Yeah. I could have just moved on. I was like, "Hey, I found a new artist, whatever." But I decided happy accident. Let's run with this. So now he gave me the idea. His second issue is going to have another alternate version where it's going to be a whole different art style. And we're going to bring in a new artist every time.
That's kind of cool. That's kind of like the Skits team, what they did with...
the 3 different versions of the story? Because it was like, 3 different personalities?
Yeah. And it was almost like a choose your own adventure without you actually having to choose the adventure. Because you get from point A to point B in each issue, but the way it gets there is different.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to do.
So that variant covers various stories.
I mean, the truth is, let's just let Keanu
It's ambitious.
Comics are awesome.
They really are. We can do whatever we want.
They are.
You know what I'm wanting to clip? I need to clip that wolf that does that.
I think he Keanu.
Every
just
time someone shows a girl in their comic book, I want to play that.
Keanu has to purposely look older because he's obviously a vampire.
Yeah.
He's never aged.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's like Renaissance paintings.
He's like, somebody quick, add gray. Add some gray. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's pretend like I'm old. Yeah.
Well, he's got to be convincing or people are going to figure it out.
He's a good actor, though.
Thanks to technology, people are already figuring, making the connection between the art from back when he was in the Renaissance period and now. People are catching on.
There was
Demon, welcome, man.
Someone
It's
that
nice
put
to have you here.
what is it, Tom Cruise? There's a picture of Tom Cruise and somebody else that was, was also an actor of a popular movie during the time Top Gun came out. And they were like, "This is Tom Cruise. This is this other guy." And the other dude looked like, I don't know, a gelatinous human being made of human pudding.
AGE Comics says, this is Paul. Paul was on earlier today with me. Paul Bird. He said he was following that, and he said it was amazing to see that in the last few days.
Thanks, Paul. Yeah, I appreciate you sharing it and everything. Yeah, those last 2 days were amazing.
All right, so I'm a story guy. What's the story?
Wait, hold on. I'm just saying, Jason Unhinged co-hosted me, and it was the best stream he ever had.
Man, she's really pushing this, dude.
Well, it was really bad, right? Because while we're live, he's like, "Well, you've done this before, right? You're Luke's co-host," and I'm like, "No."
It kind of reminds. What's that song? "So Call Me," maybe.
You're the first person to let me in your backstage and let me click on
Piper.
things.
If you want in the backstage, I would let you.
I'm messing with you because it was recent, and as soon as he said, "Oh well, you know how you've done this before, right?" with Luke, and I'm like, "No, I knew it was it was a feature, but I've never had anybody put me back here so that I can help click things."
Yeah. We've established that I need help, so.
And Piper likes to click things, apparently.
I love to read the chat.
Can I even
wants to click things.
make you
true.
give it? I can't even give that to you without.
She can't even stop reading the chat while she's singing on open mic night.
Yeah, I have to cover up the chat in order to get through a song, or I'll start laughing because I'll read the chat.
I don't even It's not possible for me to give you access to the back without having.
No,
you
I think
sign
you
in.
have to.
Yeah, I'll have to. I think hop out and use
Just
your
to
link
hop
and hop
out.
back
You
in.
have to do stuff.
Yeah.
We'll do that down the road. We'll do that.
Yeah, you don't have to do that, right? In fact, the reason I'm stuck right now with the middle finger is because it logged me out to go on Jason's, and the only avatar it had for me was my YouTube one, which is this one.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm back to the middle finger right now. My bad.
Demon 10GG wants to know, is this clown class? No.
Sure.
No.
No, my Twitter feed is actually.
Yeah. I mean, we are getting We are getting dangerously close to the end of our stream.
Yeah, when we were talking about clowns, I thought it was going to be something like that. Like that's not a backer, not a creator either. That's what I think of when I think of Twitter clowns.
Yeah.
Is that, but
yeah, backers. Yeah, we're talking about.
Is there like 12 people that attack you because they can?
Yeah.
It is always like the thing that blows my mind, right, with Twitter spats is it's always the most mundane, random, plain tweet of mine that people go apeshit on. Like I can tweet really stupid stuff and it's just, my followers maybe going, Piper's being Piper. Yeah. I can tweet something so plain, non-malicious, benign, whatever. And that's when I will get one or two random, just psychos going nuts.
But I have to be honest, though. The last 2 weeks, has Twitter not been the most fun it's been in like 5 years?
Right? Because I'm not afraid to actually clap back. Like,
I don't even have to worry
I can go
about
back
it
to
that
clapping back.
I think it's because the people who react so quick.
For creator as far as marketing at all.
Twitter
ROI on
is
Twitter is
the
really
best
bad.
networking I have
It's
ever
great for
had.
networking. It's
Yeah,
not great
It might
for
be good for
marketing.
networking, but actual ROI and marketing, it's really bad.
and it's also just really fun because it's like a toxic cesspool that makes it fun.
The only way it works as far as marketing goes is like you literally have to litter your tweet with a crap ton of like hashtags. You have to literally hit like 15 hashtags and like.
The people that make money on
tweet.
Twitter do it either like there's most of them are just shit posters. That's it. They're
Yeah.
just shit posters. That's it. All they do is
That's
shit
not
post
how
all day.
I started out. That
and
was
they
what
get-
my account was supposed to be for. And
Like
then...
that guy Cat Turd, that's what he does. He
Yep.
just shit posts.
Because of the
That's all.
engagement. It's the engagement. It's the algorithm gods. They get the
Yeah.
people who like just want to reply like you're dumb, you're stupid, you're freaking wrong, and then they just get all that engagement, and that just makes them more in the spotlight.
Hashtags.
All right, we're gonna get we're gonna get all sidey on you for just a second.
Polls.
Okay, so the most viral of emotions that we have is anger and contempt. And so what happens is they have constructed these things so that the algorithm does not seek connection, it seeks engagement, just like you said. But the reason for that is because it compounds. It compounds on itself instead of just like if you just like something, you just like it. Most of the time, you won't even say you like it. You just like it. You just have a heart. That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you hate something, you say something, you're angry. Then somebody likes what you say, and they either agree with you or they come out. They're defending what the original post was. So now you've compounded it because you have the hate plus the like all in one thing. That's why.
Just going at each other.
And in the end, it is basically what really sucks is it's Pavlovian. It's all conditional treatment. What they're doing is they're setting you up to basically
I know, James,
be
that's what I'm
hungry
trying to say.
for that for that very particular thing. Somebody was saying like, it's dopamine. It's not just dopamine. It's a chemical cocktail, but it is overall that you are seeking a specific surrogate, and the surrogate that people are seeking most of the time is tribe. What you want is a tribe, and what does a tribe do? A tribe makes you feel warm, it makes you feel smart, it makes you feel complete. You're fulfilled. So when they look for that, you get YouTube, you get these different kind of things. These are casinos. They are social games with emotional microtransactions, and you are the pieces on the board.
All I know is the easiest time I've had getting a hold of, say, a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer or any kind of creator or any kind of anything really has been through Twitter instead of where, they do their thing for the most part. So I'm not going to get rid of mine as long as the people I network with are also.
I don't think there's any
using
reason
it.
to get rid of it.
Yeah. I also am not going to take it too super seriously. Like, I managed to avoid getting banned this whole time, and now I feel invincible because I'm like,
Comics mate.
Ain't no reason to ban me. Like, I don't have to step on eggshells anymore, though. But at the same time, I'm like, but if I lose my account, well, people know where else to find me. Like,
I will say that I have had people that have found me on Twitter and become readers.
Yeah.
So Twitter has been useful for me. A lot more useful than Facebook.
What Twitter is how I kind of learned to YouTube was meeting the people on Twitter first, and then doing
I think it's
the
how you
streaming
engage
thing
with people,
second.
really.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is. It's how and who.
Well, like you mentioned with like Facebook, like Twitter was more beneficial for me in networking and marketing than Facebook was, because Facebook I was using to like talk with friends and family. I wasn't really branching out of that circle for a long time. It wasn't until like a
Facebook
year
got
ago.
toxic way fast.
It
Like
did,
Twitter's
like,
the fun
like
kind of
overnight.
toxic. Facebook is the not fun kind of toxic.
Well, because you're fighting with people you know.
Yeah, it was like people that I liked all of a sudden got like raging liberal on me.
Oh no, yeah, I was gonna
like, what
say
happened?
the thing with Facebook and the reason I left, the main reason, and apparently like I was talking to my dad and that was the reason he left. He was the reason I stayed as long as I was because that's how we were sharing like family pictures and stuff and how we were doing. But he and I left for like the same reason, and it was because I was like, I don't want to be constantly reminded every day that I am in-person friends with complete psychos and morons. Like, I don't want that reminder. Yeah. I liked my version of them before I got on here and found out that they're freaking nuts. Like,
Is that like when you like your partner, but only when they're asleep? I like you when you don't talk and you're asleep.
No joke. I have a cousin, and we've always had a great relationship. And it was back in 2016, you know, with the whole Trump thing. She had that Trump derangement syndrome bad, right? Now I'm a libertarian, lean a little bit more on the conservative side of things because of my faith. Anybody that was like all super hard right wing or super hard left wing, they got a mute, and if they come back up in 30 days and was doing the same thing, they got a block. Because I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to deal with it, right? So she commented. So I posted something, one of my friends commented, and then she came in and started fighting with them in my comment section. And I said, no, we're not doing that. And she was just going off and being really mean and rude and just out of bounds, real out of bounds kind of stuff, right? And so I said, look, you got to stop. And then she got mad and started DMing me, and I blocked her. And then she messages my wife and starts screaming at my wife through the, you know, all caps thing, you know, and the thing or whatever. And she's like, what's she thinking? What's she doing? I said, I don't know. She's lost her mind. And, you know, she didn't even go to my dad's funeral.
Oh.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
It was when Trump was running, though, that my Facebook got at its worst, and I couldn't anymore. Because you were right. Everybody on my feed was an extremist one way or the other.
Right.
Yeah, that man broke people's brains.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he's about to do it again, folks.
Brace yourselves. I was about to say, I'm bracing myself, but at least this time I'm already not on Facebook, so it's okay.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's nuts. I don't spend much time there, but I do enjoy Twitter a little bit. When I have time, I'll engage with the clowns and take them to school. But mostly it's not even that. You know, it's just, you know, I promote other people. I share what they're doing. I get to meet other people and talk about these shows. That's how I met Edwin, was through Twitter and a post and sharing. Hey, you know, I'm promoting people over here. No one's taking advantage of it. And Edwin and a handful of other people jumped on that right away. Because, you know, we want to put a spotlight on new guys, new books, new creators. Maybe they don't have the reach.
And go around to my favorite places on YouTube. But there's a lot of people whose books I wouldn't have been able to back in time or might have never heard of if it were not for Twitter. Especially like any freaking werewolf books, right? Because if they're hovering outside of what's already on my feed, I might not notice because I don't think to go searching on there. I already have like so many people around me making books that I'm like not searching for even more books.
It's definitely
I want to
when
back.
the community starts like, oh, it's getting close. And everyone just starts blasting it for you.
Yeah. Like I'm looking for that because I'm like, oh, well, I need to back my friend and this and that. So I'm not as big like looking intentionally for strangers unless they're already in my feed. And so that's what a benefit of people having like a werewolf in their book, period. Because holy shit, if anybody that knows me sees it, I will get tagged 5,000 times. Every time they promote, somebody tags me. So I'm like, so that's how I find, like, but I've made tons of friends that way because somebody's gone, hey, Piper, this book's got a werewolf in it. Have you seen it? No, this is the first time I'm seeing it. Thank you for putting it on my feed. Now I'm aware. Like,
I'm working on a book that you're going to like. It's basically an everyday, like, working Joe that just happens to be a bionic werewolf.
Yeah, I better be
It's
editor
pretty
on
fun.
that one.
Yeah, we got to get you
my
on
expertise.
I
on
could
the
say,
book.
looking at my analytics for Lightbringer, other than like email and Indiegogo itself, the next biggest contribution to backings was direct links, which basically 90% of my direct links were put on Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah, so Twitter, not just for networking, it is good for books. Because like I said,
John
everywhere,
Douglas,
like
welcome,
I'm
man.
not hearing of these people that I don't already know.
And well, some people might say, like, well,
YouTube.
Some people might say, like, YouTube, you know, people put links in the chat, but because it's coming from YouTube, YouTube is considered its own category.
Yeah.
So, like, YouTube is below direct links.
Yeah.
So, I haven't looked at Hunting Alice's yet. Maybe it's different. I'm just saying for Lightbringer, that's what it was. Yeah.
I'm of the mindset everything works. Twitter is my main focus. I think it's great, but you can't put all your eggs in one basket. It can only help to use everything, any platform you can.
Well, right. I mean,
Yeah.
I've literally put direct links on, you know, Minds, Getter, Facebook, Gab, Parler, even Parler. You know, MeWe.
The only thing I can't
put them
do is
everywhere. You
multiple
know,
similar social medias. I can't. I've tried. I think I have a Minds and I have a Gab. I think I still have a Gab. I have a couple of things, but it's like, no. As soon as I make the account, I'll post on it a couple times, and then I forget that I have it.
you know what you gotta do, especially when you're promoting, right? Like I've learned that, like, yeah, if I'm gonna be social, I'm gonna be on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna make like a promotional tweet, you know, I'm gonna take that tweet, I'm gonna copy and paste it and put it on Minds, and you know what I mean. Like, so if you make the effort to at least do your promotional tweets across the board, you'll start to get interactions on the other ones, and you'll get the notification, and then you'll go and say, hey, thanks, blah blah blah, and you'll be a little more social. But Twitter
Let's use this channel for example. Right now we're on YouTube. Most of the people that are watching are on YouTube, but I'm also streaming to 3 places. On Facebook, I'm streaming directly to Twitter, and I'm also streaming to Twitch. Right? And as soon as I get to the point where I can start live streaming to Rumble, I'll be there too. So you've got to you've got to go out. You've got to put your content out there. And,
I'm 50 subscribers away on Rumble for that.
I'm
so far
Here's
away.
my a final opinion though on having the multiple things, even if it's just for promoting. If it's the multiple Twitter clones, basically just for promoting, I'm gonna be really annoyed and probably mute accounts that are nothing but promo tweets.
True.
Right away. I'm gonna be like, that looks like a bot. So I'm not gonna do that. Like, if I'm not building a following by socializing, then there's no point in me having the social media account.
I'm kind of with you on
Because
that.
I'm just gonna look like I'm gonna turn more people away spamming my links than I am going to get people.
I post a lot now on
you would
Instagram.
think, but if you start, here's how I started. Right, at the minute, like I went to Getter, like let's say, right, I went and
What is a Getter?
It's basically Twitter, but
For
it's
fuck's sake,
Getter.
how many of these
There's
are
so
there?
many of them.
But-
There's
but-
so
It's
many.
Like now there's
So-
Hive and Mastodon, I think. or something.
Fuck those places. I like the fact that they're on the Fediverse, but you know that's a whole other topic.
I just cleaned my keyboard and now I spit tea all over it. What the fuck?
But I already knew like there was like a couple of people I knew over there, right, on Getter. So the minute you go over there, you look them up, you become friends with them. You look at who they're following. You start and you I know those people, and you start following all the people you know, and then because
I
of
think I
that,
got the farthest on Minds.
yeah, and then once you do that, like those people will retweet or whatever they call it on those platforms your stuff, and then you'll get new followers, you know, and you'll get new, So it's a slow build, but like I said, like when you put out and if your promo tweet has some kind of like warmth to it, it's not like a cold hard like buy my book, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. If it has some kind of warmth, people will realize, hey, you're not a bot, and they might say, oh, this looks cool, and then you say, hey, thanks, man, and then so you kind of like. Again, you're not there as often as you are on Twitter.
I started having traction on Minds. I got a lot of traction on Parler, and then they shut that thing down.
Yeah.
And my wife and daughter on Instagram all the time. I'm starting to post more there.
My big thing is, like, if I don't like other people doing it to me, I won't do it.
Yeah.
Like, if I saw an account doing that, I'd be like, I don't care how warm you put it. If the majority of your tweets are just links to your stuff to buy, I'm going to be like... Fuck you.
I know a creator
so since
right
I
now
know I'm going to be like that, I'm not going to do it.
So I know a creator that
I'd be a hypocrite, I guess.
The campaign that before last did really, really well. Since then, all of their engagement has been nothing but spamming links in messages and on Twitter and in chat groups. And this campaign that they're currently running, or the last campaign that they ran, is not doing well. Did not do well or is not doing well. It certainly isn't doing the numbers that the one before did. So engagement matters, and I think that is important. John has a question: is there even a community for it on Parler or Gab? Last I looked, there was a place. There weren't much for entertainment or comic groups. I am with you. I don't think there's much there. Anthony uses them. Maybe.
They're there. It's like here's the thing. Those sites started off as obviously political like refugees, right? Like they started off as very hardcore political sites, right? These were the people who got banned off of Twitter, or the people who were not liking the fact that people were getting banned off of Twitter, mostly for political commentary. So they went over there and they were doing their political commentary over there. But the only way that those platforms are going to get the entertainment, or especially the comic book, but regardless, entertainment in general, circles, is if we go over there. You know what I mean? Like if we're not over there, then it's just a political echo chamber. But if you go over there, and you start building like the cultural aspect of the website, the website, then that's the only way it's gonna work and grow.
But it takes a long time.
It does, but like
do that, you have to work that into your business plan. And again, what that sounds like to me is just a distractor to make you have late books.
No, I mean, like, here's the thing: if you're gonna take 2 minutes to post a tweet, just take 10 minutes and post 3. You know what I mean?
But here's what I know about taking 2 minutes to post a tweet. Normally, it takes me 2 minutes to post a tweet and 30 minutes to get through all of the feed that I just had. Okay? So if I take that times 4 platforms, I've wasted half of my morning. So that's what I'm talking about. So I just don't go on a lot of those.
I don't think I poop enough for that much time on the toilet. Like,
right.
Because that's the main time that I'm on Twitter.
You gotta pick a platform for every poop.
Yeah.
Here's the issue, right? Like, if we had like the overhead to pay for a marketing team, they would be handling your social media, right? Yeah. So, but because we're basically all like one-man show or like a 3-man show or whatever, whoever is in charge of doing that. Like if you have like 3 people on a team, like, okay, you take Twitter, you take Minds, and you take Getter, and whatever. But like if you're one person, the way I did it for myself, and I haven't done it in a while because I really haven't been promoting anything, but when I was, one day a week was my promo day. Like that was the day that I said, today's the day I'm going to go on social media and I'm going to make post, and I'm just gonna network. I'm not gonna pay attention to the filler and the fluff on the site.
I'm gonna stop you right now, Anthony, because every good social media marketing person will tell you have to post every day. You have to post multiple times a day in order to be seen. If you only post one time a week or one day a week, you're going to get lost in the algorithms.
You're wasting a lot of time. Not only that, but that still looks worse on your account at that point.
No.
Oh, you're only here when you got something to sell? Okay.
No, what I'm saying is that was where I took the time to like really push my, and then from there I would like get engagement, and then the rest of my week would be engaging with the people on those things, and then I'd retweet what I just posted on Wednesday. Thursday I'll retweet it, or I'll quote tweet it. And, so I'm not constantly
making a thing
making
called TweetDeck. In
Yeah.
TweetDeck, you can plug in all of your social media platforms and do all of your social media from one app rather than have to go all the other ones.
Right. I did consider that, but then I was like, but then I'm not interacting on all of these platforms. So if people are replying,
I don't interact on Instagram.
Yeah.
Right, but like, what you call it? Like, so like instead of like having to like literally like type out the same, like a different promo tweet every day.
Oh, there's this cool thing called copy paste. It's pretty awesome. Like,
or you just do what I did, and it worked for me. I just quote tweeted or retweeted my thing from if I picked Wednesday, because usually I'm off on Wednesdays, right? So if I picked Wednesday to do it, Thursday I would just retweet what I did Wednesday. So it just boosted it right back up to the top of the feed, and then the Friday I would quote tweet that, and then and then maybe Saturday. Well, Saturday I usually work, so maybe Sunday I would redo, like I would do a whole new tweet. It wasn't really one day a week; it would probably be like 2 days a week. But like for 3 days, I just retweeted or quote tweeted or on Getter, whatever they called it over there, the same thing that I just wrote. This way, I'm not writing the same shit out. I'm not copy and pasting anything. I'm just using what I already did to reboost it. And once you retweet or quote tweet something, you're basically giving it a breath of fresh air. So.
I will say this: if I could afford to hire a couple people, to post on the things for me, I would hire shit posters that I knew, and be like, look, you're not that, and I wouldn't tell them they're posting as me. I tell them they're posting as, like, the account is very obviously like a my stuff promo account. And I would be like, just, don't be an asshole. Don't do something I wouldn't tweet, and have shitpost. But also drop my links. And then there would be the interactivity. It'd be really easy for me to find out what's going on the other accounts from them. And it would hopefully have the same spirit as the one I'm doing. Like, the one that I'm managing myself, which would still be Twitter. It would hopefully at least have the same spirit, instead of me feeling like I'm rushed for time. I don't care about this social media site because I don't care about a bunch at once. I can't. I just my attention span.
Well, right.
I guess.
You have like that's the thing. You have to want to do it, right? Like that's the whole thing, or you have to like.
Yeah, that's why I've given it an honest try with multiple, and I've ended up shutting down all the other accounts because I'd be like, I'm getting into conversations over here and forgetting this one exists. Like, and I'm like, so if I'm not like interested enough in the site, like there's just nothing on there that's to engage with over there that I'm interested in, then it's collecting dust and I'm not using it properly. Like I had an Instagram, I shut it down. I didn't really know what to put there. I was putting random stuff. For a while, I thought I would make it like an exercise thing to show my transformation from to document like a transformation from
that's not a bad
jiggle
idea.
to muscle.
That's not a bad idea. I just post art on there, and every once in a while I'll send videos to people and I'll like things, but I don't use it that often. But
I had a gab.
I just find that it's
what I did there.
I just find that it's all a waste of time when I have so much to draw. And write and letter. There's just so much to do. And, I don't want to be another read books kind of guy.
Yeah, I made a new deviant art so that I was putting art over there too. I closed that down.
Luke's got late books now.
Just close
Luke
everything down. I think my
mind
still exists, but
I'm doing the voices like crazy tonight, aren't I?
Voices are fun.
Yeah, Luke.
My favorite. Yeah, my favorite one is like.
He's been hanging out with that Anthony over there from Dark Grift Comics, and now he's got late books because he's too busy streaming all the time. I'm gonna call Vicky and see what she has to say about this.
I can't do JDA's Vicky voice. I just hurt myself.
I know, right?
The fuck?
He's pretty bad. Anyway, guys, we've been doing this for 2 hours and 4 minutes. This is normally a 1 hour
We take another
show.
look at that book, though.
We have been having a lot of fun.
It hasn't been a
One
1
more
hour
time.
show in over a month.
Yeah.
I know. Right? I always say it's a 1 hour show.
It
I'm
gets close to
lying
being
myself.
right. It gets close to being a 1 hour show when it's one of those everybody's tired shows. But like everybody seems to hit a second wind.
Yeah,
right
at
at the end.
like right at 11, and we're like, I'm awake now.
Inflation.
Oh wait. I
Anyway,
got
yeah,
things
check
to
this out.
say.
Check out this art. Now, are you going to be able to
I
have
like
this on
this
your
art.
website, or
Yeah, I have my own
maybe a Shopify
website.
store?
I have my own website called lostbetweenworldscomic.com. You can buy the first 2 books there and the third
Oh,
one
hell
whenever
yeah.
it's available. Also have the alternate versions there. So yeah.
www.lostbetween2
Lost Between Worlds Comic.
Lost Between Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Worldscomic.com.
Yeah,
There
you'll
you
find our page there.
All
And
right,
I
we'll
have
put that in there.
a con on Sunday. If anyone's in the Fort Myers area, I'll be at Southwest Florida Comic Con. You can find me there.
Myers, Florida.
Oh
Nice.
shit.
I'm gonna be somewhere later. I don't remember when I'm gonna be there. Are you in Florida?
Yep, I'm in Miami.
Sweet, dude. I'm in Jacksonville.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fort Myers
We'll have
is
to-
the middle ground.
Yeah. We'll have to. Not quite the middle ground.
Yeah, it's more
Still
closer to
pretty
me
far
than
away.
you.
Yeah, still pretty far away for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Orlando is not even the middle ground.
I was gonna say I want to do MegaCon in Orlando, so if anything,
Yeah.
maybe over there.
How is
waiting
Fort
here.
Myers since the hurricane?
Naked.
I don't know. I haven't been. I live in Miami. We didn't get barely anything from it, but I do have some friends in Fort Myers who, speaking of the whole Twitter and comics thing, I met them on Twitter and we met at the con I'm going to earlier this
Awesome,
year.
man.
So that's pretty cool. But yeah, they got hit pretty hard.
So, Edwin, what do you feel about DeSantis?
About who?
DeSantis.
Oh, DeSantis, the governor.
Yeah.
Man, he's got so much drama going on here in Florida. Even in Florida, people can't stand him.
Oh, I love him.
Some
Everyone
people
here in
here hate him.
Jacksonville's like, everyone in Jacksonville's like, yeah, that guy's pretty awesome.
I like how there's tons
made
of people
Uvalde
outside
red.
of Florida that think he's awesome. They don't even live there.
Man, when he told Joe to go F himself,
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's amazing.
I do like his ballsiness. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got that in spades.
I was like, this guy is he's on the money. So yeah, I like it, but yeah. No,
Yeah, he doesn't care
Florida's
what
been
anyone
nice.
thinks.
It's been nice living in Florida, I think.
Yeah, literally wintertime, you get 2 days of coldness, if that.
Yeah, well, we've had a few more days of cold than that. Maybe
Oh,
for
you live in
you.
Jacksonville. It's more colder
Yeah,
up
yeah,
north.
it's
That's true.
It's pretty cold up here.
I lived in
Some
Orlando
days.
for a year, and yeah, I definitely difference.
All right, so yeah, definitely check out Edwin's website. So we've got that going. Who could hate DeSantis?
I tell everybody you're welcome on the F It show. It's not exactly a shill show. I just highly encourage creators to hang out on there at least once, and
Yeah,
they
you
do,
gotta get-
and encourage them to show their stuff.
Yeah, you got to get around and let people see your face. I think that's what's important. Edwin, you did a
Definitely.
good job tonight, man. It was nice getting to know you and hanging
Thank
out
you,
with
thank
you.
you.
And, yeah, you're welcome back anytime, man. It was fun hanging out with you.
Yeah, I'd love to be
And,
back.
Piper, you want to let them know where they can find you?
Piper's Adventure, where sometimes you get to see a spectacle of I make a really mundane, boring tweet and all hell breaks loose. Or you can see some of my shit posts. But
Which don't get as much traction as your mundane posts.
right, which don't get as much, aren't as controversial as my normal plain what the hell tweet.
Yeah, she goes on and says something about cis women in sports, and nobody says anything.
Nobody
She goes on
bats
and
an
says,
eye.
She goes on and says, I kind of like pineapple on pizza, and people are like, "You're a Nazi."
Oh, okay. Now that's a blast. That's no, not blasphemy. That's fucking accusing me of
Defamation.
blasphemy.
Figure
Yeah,
it
that's
out.
defamation.
There That's the one.
Pineapple belongs very, very far away from pizza.
Have you ever
How
had
dare you.
grilled pineapple?
Oh, gross. I
No,
actually, well, for
don't
one, I
roast it
can't.
till you've
I
had it.
can't have pineapple, so that's part of my don't put it on my pizza
Well, yeah.
Because it actually causes actual chemical burns in my mouth and throat,
Brazilian
so I can't eat it.
steakhouse.
Yeah, so I already hate pineapple. Yeah.
I went to Brazilian steakhouse and they said, "You want some grilled pineapple?" And I was like, "What the f-?" They go, "Take it. Trust me." The people I was there with, I took it, and they kept coming back. I said, "Bring out the pineapple. I want more." Man, I probably ate a whole pineapple.
Oh,
because that stuff was delicious, man.
That's me and
There's
Cheddar
something
Bay
about
biscuits right there.
Anthony.
That's me going to Red Lobster with people and going, "No, I don't even need a meal. Just let me sit here.
Let me eat them biscuits. Let me eat them biscuits.
Let me have some biscuits."
You see them biscuits? You take them biscuits, but keep bringing them.
Dude,
You
I
don't
am
stop
one of those
bringing the
people.
biscuits
Look,
until
I am one
say
of those
stop
people
bringing
shoving biscuits in my purse, dude. Like, no lie.
My mom, no joke, used to do that.
I
She used
don't
to
even
load
like
up her
purses.
purse
I will
at
bring a
Ryan's
purse
Steakhouse.
just for that.
We had this place, Ryan's Steakhouse, and then it was like Golden Corral.
Yes,
But she used to load them biscuits up, them rolls.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
should go home and eat
it
4
was
rolls a
Ryan's
month.
growing up in Louisiana, and then I moved here, and it's Golden Corral here, and it's way more expensive.
I miss Bertha. Bertha was a good woman. That's my mom's name. What are you laughing at?
Oh, wait. But you can also. So the reason I've been so busy lately is because you can go find Fizz Giggity. Was the original shit posting account of mine. Turned VTuber. So if you like anime, manga, I do promote that stuff over there. Not as much the comic books, since I have Piper's Adventure for that. And if you like video games, if you follow Fizz Giggity on Twitter or Twitch, or I mean, she's got a YouTube when I have time to put really shitty clip shows together. But you interact with a in-character anime wolf girl from space. She's got a whole backstory. She's gonna have her own manga, Americanized, I guess, because it's, I'm not Japanese and I'm not in Japan, so. But she's gonna have that.
Appropriation.
Yeah, so it would be appropriation if it was just it's manga style. Hope I do it justice. And yeah, so she tweets in she tweets in character, she streams in character, everything in character. So
nice.
It's living anime. I'm living my dream, multiple dreams, because when I was really young, the reason I was interested in comics and animation was because I wanted to make my own comics, but I wanted to be a cartoon character, which at the time meant I really want to voice. I really want to just voice anime, not gonna lie. And
you probably could if you wanted to.
Right?
Really
And I'm
try.
like, well, I'm gonna make my own anime character. Now I'm my own anime. Now I can voice anime all I want.
I'm gonna make my own.
Yeah. I'm gonna go
You
here and
just
do it
try to
myself.
Stab me.
Ain't nobody tell me what to do.
Yeah.
I do what I want.
I'm living multiple dreams, but it feels like having a split personality.
Piper has a permit, remember?
Are you? Not to worry. I have a permit. This just says I can do what I want.
Yep, I abused that thing.
Using that permit.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony, dude.
Yes, sir.
What's up, man?
Chilling, brother. Chilling. I was
You know
just
the
fixing
drill.
Yeah, I know the drill. After I leave here, I'm gonna go back to fixing my TV. But yeah, I got an announcement to make about Lightbringer 2. But I'll save it for the official announcement launch. But a hint is something came up in the chat that pertains to it. That's all I have to say. So you guys can scroll through and see if you can figure it out.
Something's in the chat.
Yeah. But so keep an eye out for that. Go sign up for Lightbringer 2 and Pariah Blood. Go to darkgivecomics.com and you can just follow all the links to all the sign up pages.
So you know what's up. You just make a website that everybody can go to.
Yeah, and then next week I will have Lightbringer 1 up for sale on the website. I was just giving it a couple of weeks after fulfillment to see if I had any emails from anybody saying, hey, my book never showed up, or hey, it came damaged, or whatever. So I haven't gotten one yet. So good on that. So hail the post office for not screwing that up on me. So yeah, next week I'll have that up for sale too. So definitely go over to darkgiftcomics.com, check that out, and hit me up on Twitter and YouTube.
All right. Darkgiftcomics.com. Check it out, guys. Twitter and the YouTube. Edwin, we already asked you what the drill was, didn't we? Do you want to say it again?
Yeah. I mean, I said my website, lostbetweenworldscomic.com. You can find my stuff there, physical and digital. You can follow me on Twitter at lost_betweenworlds1. Instagram is lostbetweenwor1, and Facebook is Lost Between Worlds book series. And yeah, keep an eye out for our next books, our next campaigns. I always offer cool rewards. Actually, this little statue right here, I got made for myself as a little celebratory gift for the first issue. But I'm commissioning a second one as a raffle. So yeah, cool stuff.
That's awesome, man.
Nice.
Aaron.
Yo.
He's like, yo.
Right. So you can find me at Wolfbane Comics. I'm on Twitter and Instagram. You can usually catch me posting a whole bunch of nerd shit. And I have other occasional hot paper too. And yeah, I have a comic coming out. The campaign's coming July 10th, and I'm really excited for it. We're gonna have a bunch of cool looking books, and we even have an album that I've been working on. I'd say for like a good couple months now. And if we reach the stretch goal, we'll be able to put that up and make it a reality.
Sweet, man.
Nice.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I would like to encourage everybody to go to LukeStoneStudios.com, join that mailing list, and see all my links on there. That Twitter that we talked about, yep, that link's there. That Instagram that I rarely use, that's up there as well.
Yep.
You can find my Facebook through there as well. But most importantly, the YouTube link is available, plus a link to my Patreon and everything else. Now, from now until the end of Cyber Monday, I'm doing a special deal on my web store. So anything that you buy from my website, use code BLK22 and you can get 15% off your entire order. So we're running that right now at LukeStoneStudios.com. Check that out. Plus, if you just want to taste the hybrids universe, just a little taste, you can go over to that website right now. Go to the Buy Comics link, and the digital issue of number 1, the number 1 issue, you know what I mean. The first issue in digital format is completely free right now. So you can go on there and download that right now and read it and decide that you want the rest. So, guys, try to be awesome. Like, you guys are awesome. Keep being awesome. Build up more than you tear down, and leave the wood pile higher than you found it. And I'm going to leave us on a couple of commercials because we have to do a little housekeeping. Buy my book.
We know our enemy. We've seen behind the curtain. And they have a weakness. An Achilles heel. They are arrogant and completely underestimate what they are up against. They forget who the game master is. They forget how wise this old demon can be. So, let's see who among them survives this killing field.
When your timeline reaches its Armageddon, what's a kid to do?
I'm not a...
Snag the keys to your mom's experimental ship, of course.
That's not quite how it happened.
Drift aimlessly in the rift between dimensions, trying to figure out how to operate it.
Now hold on a sec.
Pick up a few hitchhikers.
Hi! Hello.
And maybe solve a disturbing mystery that could lead to the destruction of reality itself.
You know, if there's time... There's always time.
I'm not so sure about that.
Get in on the adventure with the Rift Riders on Indiegogo.